Oh, yes. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Council of Creators, episode 77. We've done this 77 times. I know. It's a lot.
Damn.
Will we quit? Probably soon. No, we won't. Chainsaw Reacts, of course, your host. Back once again. Jason is here. Welcome back, sir.
Hello there. Good to see you again.
Of course. And for the first time, little Katie TV is here. Welcome, Katie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing? First of all, how's everybody doing? Good?
Yeah.
That's better.
Happy to sit down again.
You standing up all day? Come on now.
Yeah. Sorry.
For work and all that? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I get you. I get to sit at a desk all day, but it is a pain. Like, it's definitely different because I deal with customer service all day. So,
right.
Yeah, very different. Very different. We have a lot to talk about, but I actually wanted to ask a question first to all of you guys because this came up a little bit ago on the show at one point about what movie would you love to see a director's cut of that there isn't a director's cut for? Like, what's something like a movie you love that you would love to see more of it or something, or maybe like the original vision, if there is. I mean, you know, I'm just very curious about that because there's like obviously a lot of director's cuts and alternate cuts, but are there movies that just don't have that you would wish maybe if there was a version, would you be interested in checking that out?
Yeah, I think definitely it's going to sound like crazy, but The Flash, Andy Muschietti's Flash. Like, if you hear about the original ending with Michael Keaton, Henry Cavill sharing the screen together, like, I wish I could have saw that on the big screen, but
like, what is that scene? Like, what is it? How does it play out? Or
So, spoilers for The Flash. I don't think anyone cares, but it's when Ezra Miller walks out of the courtroom. His dad is free, and then we see Henry Cavill come out. He's like being a reporter, like Clark Kent. Then I think Wonder Woman and Supergirl come back. And Michael Keaton pulls up in the car, and it's just like the trio of DC, but it's like all these weird actors. It sounds crazy, and we'll never see it. That's
a good one. I mean, like, because there's so many different versions of like the script, even before they got to production, and then all the changes. That's a good one. Do you have one, Katie?
I was thinking about so Saturday Night is a movie that, I mean, I don't know, that one was so jumbled and like it was so, I don't know, it was so Saturday Night Live, but I feel like it would be cool if they had more footage to see. Like, I don't know if they had like more to it. It was just so chaotic, and I love SNL, and I just it'd be kind of cool to see if they had done anything else with that. Also, I don't know if y'all saw Boy Kills World was another movie that came out last year. And I just really liked it. It was already cluttered and filled with a ton of action and like gore and all that, but I was just curious if there was like any other like little tidbits that they had added to the story or like any other crazy like gory action sequences. So I think those would be two cool ones that like I would love to see a director's cut if there are any.
Yeah, the one for me, it's like there is a director's cut of it because it came out Nosferatu, but there was a rumor that had came out like days before the official announcement of how much longer it was. There was a rumor of like a 3-hour. I'm thinking, what if there was a 3-hour version of Nosferatu, like an extra hour? What would that be? Like, how would that change the story?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I wish that was true though. Personally, I mean, the Northman he did previously, Robert Eggers, I would love to see like if there's a longer cut of that version of the movie because I love what he did with that story. There's a lot of films. Like, obviously, I think a lot of people go to as well. It's like, well, all these comic book films, like What Ifs. There's a movie, it's my favorite movie of all time. It's Tombstone from the 90s with Kurt Russell, and then you have Val Kilmer in there. That movie is like, to me, like my favorite film of all time, but I would love to see more of what with like that. Because there was like so many rumors and stories of who was actually directing that film. Kurt Russell apparently was directing it, kinda. Stuff like that. I would just love to see like original directors, like visions of stuff. Because there's compromises with the studios. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's like,
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, anything. I think it'd be cool just to have that as a thing. To like where we just get to see more director's cuts or more like alternate cuts. Like, well, if we cut this scene out, well, what if you put this scene back in, and what would that look like? You just never know.
That'd be really neat.
Oh yeah. Let's bring him in. Jedi Mike's here. Welcome, sir.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we're just hanging out, chatting. Before we get to all the news, there's a lot of stuff to get to that.
Yep.
But you heard of the director's cut question. I was asking, what would you select as a film for a director's cut if there was one? Would you want to see it?
I'm so now I had an opportunity to go see this director's cut, but I have never seen it, so I guess I'll count that on my list for Batman Forever. I think we had a chance to go see it when we were at San Diego Comic-Con. Was doing it for press for I think it was 2023. I think Kevin Smith was running something, event on the side or something like that. Mm-hmm. But it was like I interviewed him earlier, but I know I couldn't go to that event because we were going to something else at the time. So it was just a time conflict thing. But I always like Batman Forever. It's a weird place. It's like it's between where you're watching bad movies for the fun of it, and actually, no, I like this when I was a kid watching this, and even now I always go back that Max, out of all the shows and movies they're removing off of these damn streaming services, they keep these films so I can at least go back to some parts of my childhood. So but yeah, that was really one because I was just thinking okay, how that vision was gonna go in terms of seeing certain scenes that was played out and everything. Cause I've seen YouTube videos explaining, the cut of Batman Forever and everything. But that was just something where I always just wanted to see, so I say I've seen it, but I haven't. Yeah. But that's been in terms of what I would have wanted, director's cuts for. Listen, I'm this is kind of nitpicking, whatever, but I was Watchmen, I have no issue with that. I'm like, I'll take the theatrical cut and I'll take the director's cut. The one of only aside from Zack Snyder's Justice League, that director's cuts of his I would take. Rebel Moon, you can stay over there. But yeah, Watchmen, it's just I remember I read the novel. I did that even when I was in college, going through that, and I was like, listen, I knew what he was trying to go with that direction, and then I'm just even as someone who's into film, now on the side of journalism, but just understanding filmmaking, it's just okay, listen, if someone has a clear vision, what mind are they you have an opportunity to see how far they're going to go with source material and adapting something that's so crucial as the Watchmen graphic novel, right? So that's something that's some territory that a lot of directors, filmmakers have not crossed, but he has, right? And now some could be better or worse, obviously. But even though that's what film is being subjective, but to me, I'll always just go back to director's cut for that. I'm yeah, I'll stand on that, actually defending, his vision on those on that film specifically too. So yeah, that would be that for Watchmen and for Batman Forever.
That's fair, because I think streaming services and just in general studios, they have more of an opportunity to do these kind of things because it's just sitting there. The streaming platforms, they need content, right? So just put something out or do something different, or because they're throwing money at it left. Netflix is losing money, but they continue to churn out billions of dollars per year to pay for stuff. It's
correct.
I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, we're getting content, right? They're and I'm paying for it. It's whatever. But at the end of the day, as I've always stated, there's too much stuff coming out. That's also another problem that I kind of have.
And ownership too, which is another conversation. What do we actually own now in terms of content? Is it just licensed to us and then they can just take it whatever they want to?
I own this phone, but do I really own the phone? Because I haven't actually bought. I mean, it's what I'm paying per month to keep it, right? So yeah, that's fair. Because even if you buy a disc, eventually they're going to stop making stuff that can play that disc. They're already starting to shut down Blu-ray players, DVD players.
Samsung, LG, all of it. Yeah.
Is anybody here a physical collector? Anybody? No?
Not really. Not anymore.
Kinda. Okay. Yeah, I'll collect some stuff, but really I just don't, because it's okay, my PS5, I have a disc drive, but I'm thinking, well, is the next console that's going to come out, is it going to have a disc drive? Am I going to keep, even though I'm buying $5 DVD or Blu-ray bins, whatever, eventually I won't be able to watch that stuff. But they give you a digital copy. But yeah, but what happens if that thing that they're using for the service goes away? Or what if they just happens? What happened to your account? I don't know. Now you can't access it anymore. I don't know. That's like, I think streaming service is that middle ground to where it's on there for now, so you might as well watch it, but it's going to go away. It's going to go somewhere else, or you have to find it online. It's a gray area. I don't know.
Yeah.
Streaming. I don't know. Oh, that's a good question though. What's your favorite streaming service to use? I actually thought of this as like, I honestly think right now the one I'm using the most right now is actually Hulu, which is surprising because I thought maybe Netflix, but it's Hulu right now.
Oh. I don't think we have Hulu in Australia. There's like a lot of like HBO Max that's not in Australia either, and you can't even use a VPN.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure if you guys have Stan. I think it's like specifically for Australia, and it has a lot of the movies that's like on HBO and on Hulu just crammed into one streaming service. You know.
I've never heard of that. No.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if you did.
That's crazy. Yeah. What about you, Katie? What's your favorite streaming service? Or do you not really use them that much? Or
yeah, I'm trying to think because like I might just have a generic answer. It genuinely might just be Netflix. I've always found, I always seem to find, and maybe it's just because like I take breaks between Netflix shows, and like I tried looking so hard on Hulu for like a good thriller or horror, and sometimes they're really not as good as people are saying they are. But I don't know. I always seem to find something on Netflix, even if it's bad. I still am able to. It's still it's still funny, and I'm like, wow, I can make fun of this. You know.
There's also a lot of bad stuff on Amazon Prime you can watch for free too.
Yeah,
like a lot of like stuff you've never heard of before. It's like you look at recommendations based off this thing, and you're like, what is this? Because like I typed in like it was like a fantasy or whatever, and all of a sudden it was giving me this stuff like I've never heard of. It has like 10 ratings. I'm like, I don't know if I should trust this. It's only got 10 ratings, but
yeah,
Netflix. There's so much stuff to find. That's
right.
It's just crazy. But yeah. On Hulu, there's a show called Paradise with James Marsden.
Yes.
That's a new show that just started. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So they check that out. Apparently that's really good. And I mean, my wife and I, we're eventually going to get into that. We're trying to catch up on Fire Country, which is a CBS show. I think it's CBS anyways, but yeah, we binged through Sons of Anarchy. Like that's all done. Like that show.
I heard that's a good show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I already knew it was coming. She didn't. So she's just going through it. I'm like, I'll wait till the season 6 finale.
Yeah.
And then she's like saying, I want this character to die. I'm like, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till the series finale. Well, the episode before, the penultimate. You'll probably, but she was like saying this like season 1. I want this person to die. I'm like, you're going to have to wait a while, honey. Yeah, that was fun to watch her like what's going on? I'm like, I'm sitting there. She would like turn to me and like ask questions like, does this mean this? I'm like, like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun because she actually watched Game of Thrones after I'd already finished it and binged through all that too. So
my
I got
wife
to experience
Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, her experience of her like going up. Like, oh, yeah, I did too. I recorded her Red Wedding and then the season 5 finale death. I recorded that to make a point. Like, yeah, I want you to. Then of course she saw the downfall and she's like, I'm like,
yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Watching House of Dragons in real time though, but my wife like she got addicted to Dexter. She just finished Dexter, but like I knew about all of it, even the next show and all that stuff like that. So she was like, "Wait, so like what happened? Like you just gotta finish this, you know?"
I never watched it. Never. I haven't seen one episode of Dexter. No.
Yeah. We usually either find something on Netflix. So to answer the question, really Netflix, Prime Video for Invincible. Boys animation, all that stuff like that. But even then, some outliers too, where it's like old films I forgot that I saw but haven't seen like in years just come up. And usually now it's either cross between they go to either Prime or sometimes they might be hidden in Paramount Plus for some reason. I have like like and it's like everybody always kind of sleeps on that. Like even when we went to like CinemaCon, where they were talking just about, hey, yeah, we got or some of our films we move into like streaming and stuff like that, and the window of when they're gonna keep it theatrical, and then they kind of license their films to different, streaming service and everything. But yeah, like all of a sudden Netflix just I get notification leaving soon. All the Transformers movies. What am I doing? Just binging all of them. I know some of them are bad. I still watch them.
There you go.
Right.
That's fine.
But yeah, and they go away.
For Paramount Plus, School Spirits. That's a good show.
Oh, that's such a good show.
Yes, wife and I, we are loving that. We're caught up. We're waiting for the next episode. I think it's tomorrow.
What episode are we on? Because I have to catch up still. I think I'm on 3. But
I think there's 6 already out.
6. Wow.
Well, let me look. We have guys waiting backstage. I'll bring them back in a second. Hold on. Hold your butts. This is important. I gotta look this up.
At least 6 episodes.
I think. Yeah,
well,
I think
7 episodes tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be the 7th.
Yes.
Yeah, because episode 6. Yeah. Wait, how many?
Are there 8 in total?
Season 1 had 8. So so I guess we'll get another 8. I'm just fingers crossed for season 3, because whatever happens here, like this can't be the end. Like, come on, at least we need one more at least. Come on. Yeah. These actors eventually are going to grow up. Like they're going to age out of their ghost roles. So they got to figure that out.
Yeah. So, it's such a good show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really enjoy it. Like, I'm glad that Peyton List found something outside of Cobra Kai, because I think all these actors, they need something. Like, of course, Zolo got Blue Beetle, but like we need to get like Robbie, like plays I forget his name, but who plays Robbie, or like or Hawk. Like we need them to get their stuff outside of here too, like their post Cobra Kai like launch.
You get typecast. Because like you get
that's the thing. That's why I'm glad that Peyton got School Spirits, because she's playing kind of Tori, but it's like it's obviously a very different kind of role for her. So yeah, I prefer that. Let's bring them in. Darius and Lance is here. Welcome, guys.
What's up?
What's up?
I see a trend here.
Do you see a trend?
Yeah.
I did not plan this for the whole bottom row. No.
Wow.
No. Maybe we need.
That's the type of time it is. Huh?
This is Council of Creators, not Council of Wokeness. Okay, let's calm down.
Did someone say woke? Oh, okay. I thought you meant the DEI word. But yeah. No. So we don't know. We might get demonetized.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have thought this through.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Nothing. Yeah.
Play some drums for us, Lance.
I'm here for a few minutes,
Oh, for a few, and then you're leaving us. Why? You got something important to do?
I have to eat dinner. Yeah.
Imagine eating dinner.
Yeah, eat dinner. Now, question, Lance, what are you having for dinner?
I am having a seafood boil. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little jealous. I'll be honest.
It's okay, it's what black people eat a lot, so
Looks like it's boil and oil. If you got the reference, points to you.
Now, am I getting some of this seafood boil since I'm your dad?
Oh, of course, I'll save you some.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
it. Hey, I finally figured out my issue with why it's always like my screen is like blaring on my face half the time.
Because your glasses?
My screen brightness was all the way up.
You're not blind yet? Jeez.
No, I did not realize that until just now. So yeah, I feel really slow.
Probably on light mode too.
Probably. Knowing him, I don't know. I mean, I'm not surprised at this point. It's Lance for you. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Do you like my new background?
Well, I did tell you to take everything down except for the Marvels poster, and then you're good to go, man.
True.
Yeah. Now, what I want you to do is every time you do
leaving this god up there, yeah.
Well, yeah. Every time you do your show, though, you have to play some drums, though. You got drums back there.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to get the rest of my stuff. I just might do that. I'm waiting to get the rest of my stuff.
So, you could do drumming videos, like more.
I do.
But I'm saying like more, like in your room now.
Oh yeah. That was the whole purpose of doing the rearranging. That way I don't have to be in the garage, because during the winter I can't practice and I'm getting rusty, and it's very telling, and I want to keep getting paid for stuff. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Of course, when you get money.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
I'm jealous. I mean, I own a drum set. I don't know why you just don't send me the drum set, but whatever, man.
You got to take that up with my wife. She's not letting me steal.
I wasn't gonna know. You're not selling. You're just gonna give them to me. Come on now.
She's not letting that happen either.
Come on, man. I want to play some drums. Play some Metallica. Okay, I'll let you get by if you play some Metallica covers.
You know, I just might look into that.
Could you?
Yeah.
I'd really appreciate that, man.
I got you.
Thanks.
I need to branch out anyway. Yeah.
Hey, you do. Hey, we all need to branch out. That's why I've been starting to watch more movies outside of my comfort zone a little bit because I want to branch out. I don't want to keep watching the same crap all the time.
I'm about to watch Venom for the first time. Venom 3 for the
That's
first time.
not branching out though. That's in your wheelhouse. Just saying, man. Like
No. See, the way we have to think about it is if it's anything Sony related with Spider-Man, that's outside my wheelhouse because 10 times out of 10, it's trash. So yeah, that's outside my wheelhouse. I don't want to actively go out of my way to be bored out of my mind.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I did it with Craven. I did it with Madam Web. I skipped this one on purpose, but hey, it's on Netflix, so I can watch it since I'm paying for it.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, they just put it on.
They gotta get some money from this.
Ronan said, "I'm proud of you." That's brave.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Like Sony made that deal with Netflix to put like everything they put out in theaters on the service, and there was that story that came out that Sony was like, "We don't want Madam Web," or no, they didn't want Harold and the Purple Crown initially. They didn't want it.
Oh, I gotta torture myself with that too.
Look. Zachary Levi's career is going down the toilet fast, but I don't know if I want to watch Harold and the Purple Crown. I'm sorry, I don't know if I could do it. I
gotta use that as one of my reviews.
We did read like really bad reviews of that movie, and they were more entertaining than I think the movie is. Just reading the reviews of them, I can't do it.
He just posted something on TikTok of him at like Fan Expo Canada, and he was talking about like how like all the good actors are like losing their jobs to AI and how they have to compete with dead guys. And the comment section was really just like, man, it's amazing how he still calls himself an actor.
I mean, okay, he is an actor.
He's been in a successful television show.
Yeah, and he has
superhero.
Yeah, and he has been in Harold and the Purple Crown. So give him his chops, but I don't know where his career goes.
Live action version of his most iconic character, Tangle.
No, Disney. I understand Disney's wanting to do live action. I don't. It doesn't need to happen. Like at a certain point, just stop doing it.
You know what I'm waiting for? Have a live action of Atlantis movie. You know,
no, that would be dope.
Wait, Tom Holland and Zendaya. I'm just playing.
Stop it! Stop now. You've ruined it.
But seriously, we need to go back. This is the same thing how I have pushed back with the whole Lion King, and Mufasa's thing. Listen, good stories, whatever. Animation wise, there is a thing called going back to the basics of 2D animation and respecting the art form that we stand on. Right, I get the 3D animation, I get all the stuff. Hey, I love how we're moving technology and everything. I get it. However, those films, like talk about like the Gods of Egypt, type of stuff, like those, that era, of 2D animation, like those stories that was like, you watch as kids, you don't know how good we got it, like in the early,
they really don't,
90s,
they really don't,
early 2000s, like it, but. It's lost form, but then you bring that back to a new audience. Like, come on. And it's like, so I don't know. I just feel that's a one. I feel like people's Treasure Planet too. Come on. Like
Disney lost the mark when they dropped the ball a lot when they started trying to and everything in the entertainment industry is going to be a competition regardless, but they lost their way when they started trying to, they were in competition with DreamWorks, and they were in competition with all of these other conglomerates or whatever you want to call them. They were in competition with them, trying to push out animated show after animated show, which is just little copies of one another. And then once they finally decided, like, okay, yeah, these are gonna just be direct to video. That's when Disney started dying when it comes to animation stuff. Like, yeah, they had some good Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. Lion King 1.5. Goated.
Funny.
Then you start dropping Aladdin direct to video sequels that kind of contradict with the animated show, and then you got beef with Robin Williams and all of this other stuff because of Genie.
You asked them are you trying? You say like they were breaking continuity? They don't give a shit. Come on.
It's like you're trying to. Robin Williams doesn't want to return for this, but you make him return because he has to. Because I'm like, it just became a big mess, and then that's when they started putting out trash.
Well, there you go.
Once the trash came out, they're like, yeah, let's just remake some of our golden ones.
Apparently, Zachary Levi was good in Unbreakable Boy. That's his new movie, right?
That's the new movie, but I mean,
yeah.
After he got on,
wasn't that film like 3 years ago though? I think it's an old movie.
He looks the same though, and
well, these actors, man,
I mean,
look the same.
That trailer did lock me into like I do want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the trailer, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Phil.
Phil's always yelling. Okay, here's the question: at what point, because Disney does like live action versions of their movies, when do they do a remake and animation of the original animation? When do they get to that point? Because eventually they're going to run out of things to do live action.
I think their animation department is like completely. Didn't they like completely gut it a couple years ago?
That doesn't mean it can't.
Layoff. It's just layoffs.
Yeah.
They could bring it back and just do it again.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen Mufasa in animation because it proved
you did. That's CGI.
You did. You know, I mean, in 2D animation,
right?
In 2D,
I know what you mean, but that's
proved,
CGI.
Yeah, but it proved that they can create but I mean, that still doesn't matter with the general audience because in the general audience's mind, that's not an original story, even though it was a legit original story. Like, where have you seen this before? Like, it was a legit original story.
Yeah.
So it's like it's no pleasing the general audience, regardless when it comes to anything Disney. Like, you get on Twitter and people are saying down with Disney now. I'm like, what did they do to you?
Well, because Disney's trying to rebuild their brand. They were in a bad spot for a couple years.
Yeah, Bob Paycheck, bitch ass.
Paycheck.
But anyway, I call him Paycheck.
Are you gonna watch?
Are
you gonna watch Snow White?
I have this. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure my wife is gonna want to go. I don't know. I have to ask her, but I think we will go see it. But I don't know.
My kids want to see it. I didn't know Rachel Zegler could sing though. I don't know how.
I think she's gonna want to go because Gal Gadot, because she likes Wonder Woman. She likes her Wonder Woman, especially from the first film. So I'm assuming she'll want to at least see her as the evil queen or whatever the hell her name is. I don't know.
I just don't buy it that she's jealous of Snow White in this.
Yeah, I mean, not aside from casting, I don't know how this is going to be received to general public because it's just like with Brave New World. There's other like worldly factors aside from Rachel Zegler that even with Gal Gadot, that's unfortunately is like people like I'm not messing with this movie whatsoever. Even with the dwarfs from certain communities, like I'm not watching this. This is cheap. You know what you're doing here. And listen, there is other layers to this where they're coming with this where I don't know how this film's going to be received, but I feel that with family films that definitely have legs, like everyone's saying Mufasa, like, which one was the winner, Sonic or Mufasa? The answer was both, because Sonic won the box office weekend and Mufasa had the legs to continue on. And and both were successful for both family audiences.
Is Mufasa even out on digital yet? Like, it's still in theaters, isn't it?
No, it's out on digital now.
It's out on digital.
Yeah,
it is.
This past was it this past weekend? No, the week before. Wait,
the week before.
I'm on Prime Video as we speak. Let me make a purchase.
By Mufasa. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen a single remake. Not one. No.
Wow.
Early on, I made a promise to myself. I was
right. There's two Jungle Book remakes.
Oh yeah, there's two. Andy
Serkis. Jungle Book was cold though. Like both of them was.
Yeah,
I've heard. Yeah.
But sure. Is that because you're like, I'm not supporting this, or like, is there a reason, Darius, why you're like, nope?
I've just never had really like the urge to be like, oh yeah, I get to see this in live action now. So it's just like, okay. It does nothing for me.
What about you, Jason and Katie? Do you guys support the live action remakes, or what's going on?
I did when I was younger, but like once you get older and you realize that they're just cash grabs, it's kind of like, why am I watching this? You know?
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I personally like them because I like watching to see what it will be. I'm definitely not excited for Snow White. It looks terrible, but I think like it really does. It looks so bad. But I have watched like Little Mermaid I really liked, and Jungle Book I think was solid, but the other ones are not great. And I think the remakes, they are kind of cash grabs, I would say. I mean, there's no need for them, you know? So
Yeah, I think if they tried to do something like, even though they're not great movies, the Maleficent 2 films, at least they're trying something different with those live action versus
Yeah.
just doing Sleeping Beauty over again and just doing it again. I think that's what they should have focused on. And I'm hoping, at least with this Mufasa, if that's the direction they're going in terms of taking the IP but telling us a new narrative, a new story, that should be the approach. Because right now, but here's the thing: they've already made a lot. They made 1.6 billion on The Lion King 2019. So
year they were
Yeah.
pooping money. Like all Disney was like that whole entire
Endgame,
year.
almost
It was
3 billion.
unnecessary.
Yep.
It was like
Money is
2017 to
insane.
2019. You had Aladdin, you had Black Panther, you had Infinity War, Endgame, you had all these other films that are just back to back, and then you just these Lion King. It was like if I'm the competitor, like this is unfair. Like this you're copywriting your own self at this point.
Mhm.
But it's like, but yet we can, but you can't because we're Disney.
Yeah, and then everything happened, and I think it changed. It course corrected and changed everything in terms of the shutdown, because then everybody had to reset. Okay, how do we go about continuing? Plus, it's like at the worst time for Disney because they're on such a high, and now they're about to release Disney Plus, and now they have all this back catalog of crap that's been sitting that it's been waiting to get back to shooting and post production, and then they're just rushing stuff out, and then we see how the quality's been dipping. So they're having to course correct with Bob Iger and basically go on a new path because Paycheck came in after Bob Iger and changed a bunch of stuff for that company. But everybody was struggling. It wasn't just Disney. Like everybody's having problems. Like how do you get because it's still the issue. How do you get audiences back to the theater? That's the main question. Like you want them to go to your streaming service, but how do you get them to pay for a ticket?
But the cost of the cost of them trying to sustain the market end up being their demise now in 2025, because now people have the option of choosing. You have trained the average movie going audience is like, hey, I have the option. Can I wait like 5 months to wait for this to come on streaming and seeing this opening day? Because the studios have themselves to blame because you have this short release window. Fall Guy was a very entertaining film, but there's but the reason they did all these, they showed it at CinemaCon, they showed it at all these other screens and everything, to a point we had a release and it was like, okay, yeah, didn't have a huge box office, but it was critically was received well, but yet you immediately put it on streaming just to save, the buck of the loss of the box office. And I'm like, listen, back in the day, we would DVD the heck out of that mess and it'll be success. And we've gotten a sequel or something. But the market has changed and evolved. But again, you would train the average movie going audience thing. I have the option to wait 5 months because I'm not eager to go spend about $40 or so, not including concessions and everything, to go see a movie that I can just wait 5 months to see.
That's not even 5 months. Like you can literally wait
even shorter.
Companion, that movie that came out back in late January. It came out 2 weeks after its theatrical release on digital. So you're training the audience to even just, okay, I'll just wait a month, less than a month for this stuff to come out. And now theaters are responding and going, yeah, this shortened window thing isn't really working. No shit. Because no one's going to go to the theater. Like, because when I went to saw Wolfman back in January, I was the only one. I was the only one in the theater. Yeah. Only person. I live in a small town, so I figured that. But when we went and saw Companion, it said multiple people had bought seats when me and my wife went to go see it. We got in the theater, nobody showed up. It sold tickets, no one else was there. I don't know. And I was looking at tickets for like opening night, like Friday of Brave New World back when it released. and it said in my area, like 5-6 tickets were sold at my local theater, and then the town over, which is like a big college town, almost half was sold. Decent, but normally with a Marvel film, sold out. You know, and you can say the quality of the movie, but I really do think a lot of people now just we'll just sit at home, because literally my wife and I, we have the Max, Disney Plus, and Hulu bundle for $30 a month.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
We don't have we're like, even just that alone. Okay, well, we don't need anything else, but we still pay for other stuff. But we're set on that. Like, that's 3 services right there that we can just watch stuff. We could just find something every single day to watch. Why do I need to go to the theater? We'll just wait when it comes out, because eventually it will come out. So, yeah.
You remember
hear
back
something
in
crazy
2021?
about that though?
What's crazy about it?
About the Captain America whole thing and like to go along with the whole talk about how movies have short shelf lives in theaters. We walked in to see Captain America: Brave New World. Literally that Friday, the Friday it came out, we were going in, and you know they have the giant standees or whatever. So my kids was like, "Daddy, can we take a picture?" I'm like, "We'll take it when we get out. We're running late for the film." So we get in there. When we're walking out, they have the standee is gone. Mind you, this is opening night. The standee is gone. They put up the standee for the new Rami Malek film. So I'm sitting there, like, where did it go? Like, they literally, like, it's just up. I said, dude, I've only been in the theater for a good 2 hours. It's gone already.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all don't respect the art form of making a film. And then with this, like, I'm like, what type of message are y'all trying to send? Like, this is going to want to make people come to the movie theater. It was so, like, my wife was like, they really sit it down. I'm like, I guess so. Like, sorry, girls. I guess you can't take the picture.
That just proves that you're just not a great dad, because you didn't take a photo before the theater, you know.
You try getting 4 little girls to get into a movie theater on time. We gotta equate for bathroom breaks, tripping, walking down the hallway. None of them are coordinated at all. Like at all. It's very bad. They trip walking down the hall in the house. So
with nothing in their way. They just
with nothing in their way. With nothing in their way. They could pick up a cup of juice and drop it.
They go to school, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do they fall at school too?
They're in the nurse's office all the time. All the time I get a call from the nurse's office saying they ran into something. They bumped into somebody. Oh, one of them hit their head. I got like 5 calls this week already.
Wow. I got nothing on that.
I'm genuinely, like, I look at them in dismay every day. Like, how do you function?
Those are my jeans.
I didn't do that. I didn't do all of that when I was a kid. I'm not just standing up and fall.
No, it's okay. It's in the food. It's you know, there's some there.
It's that seafood boil. Don't eat it.
Yes,
it's that seafood boil you're gonna have. Don't eat it. I'll have it instead. I'll happily trip over at work. I don't care. I'll do it. It's fine. That's funny. Those are kind of sad though, but yeah.
That is how the calls
tripped
be,
over
though.
thin air. We thought you should know.
That's how the calls be like. We're just letting you know. She tripped and bumped her head. Her pants ripped a little bit, but that's okay. What?
I don't think it's okay, man. The reverse, like, it was me, Lance.
Oh no!
It was reverse flash.
Hell no!
That is amazing. It was me, Lance. It was me all along. I love that.
Oh,
that's funny. Sometimes the comments are funny. Sometimes, not always.
It looks like Mike had some unhealthy McDonald's for dinner tonight.
Did you have McDonald's?
No, I actually had Panda. And I wanted to go get a frozen Coke, Slurpee from McDonald's, because usually anything frozen Coke is like my it calms me down, you know. For the last 15 years. When I move away at an early age of the red dyes and all that stuff, you know, food coloring in drinks and stuff like that. So anytime I want to get a Slurpee, now I just got a frozen Coke, and that's kind of been safe space, whatever. Just like after a long day, let me get a frozen Coke. Even if it's 20 degrees outside, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm getting a frozen Coke. I'm getting a Slurpee. If it's 7-Eleven, I'm getting one. But they said after I already paid through the drive-through, they're like, "Oh, we only got red and blue." And all right, I don't want none of it. So just give me a half sweet and half unsweet tea. Because sometimes, you just ask for sweet tea anywhere. Sometimes it's just straight diabetes in that bitch. So it's like, I don't. That's why I have to ask. You have to dilute it because I don't. Again, hey, that's check my sugar. Understand?
Yeah.
They try to get you.
Us black folk gotta check our sugar. We don't want to get the beating.
Wow.
We gotta.
I'm glad I could bring you all together to have this conversation about this.
I mean, look, my parents got
I
it,
didn't
so-
say I think sugar affects everybody, but hey,
It does.
Do y'all knees just randomly start hurting like mine do?
Oh, no,
okay,
I
hold
get
on.
it. No, I
Now we're getting
understand.
to okay. Are you? That's what I'm saying. Do you ever just feel old? Okay.
I think I'm the youngest one in here.
Yeah.
How old? Okay. How old?
18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. You're not allowed. You're not allowed back. No, I'm kidding.
Damn
I
it.
haven't been 18 in years. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
2005.
Wow.
2000.
Well, I'm 32, so
Six.
Wow.
you were born in 2006. I graduated
I was.
grade school. I was starting high
Wow.
school in 2006.
That was when Spider-Man 3.
I started.
Wait, right before.
high school in
2007, actually.
2000.
Okay, right
was it 7
before.
to 8?
Man,
Yeah, I'm. I mean, I obviously feel like I'm right. If you like look close to my hair, you can't really tell in the but right. Oh, the gray 32.
there's one great
Man, that gray.
Yikes. I'm lucky.
Ugh.
You can see the patch in my head. So
Yep.
it's
No,
okay.
whenever I get my hair cut, oh my
That's that
gosh.
spray on shit, bro.
No, whenever I get my hair cut and like it's like long or whatever down to my ears and shit or whatever, cuts it, I can just look down on the floor and you see the shine. That's the gray. I'm like, oh god, and it
Yeah.
get worse
A
every
little
time.
bit,
Like,
but
oh, it's gonna happen. I'm waiting for it because my beard is starting. You can slowly start seeing some gray. I'm like, oh god.
Get that salt and pepper. Yeah,
I got like
man.
that one strand of gray hair that no matter how many times I cut it, it just comes back. Like,
yeah,
in the
right.
same
Yeah,
spot.
right here.
I'm glad that we got to the we're old part of the show. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is like yeah, man. Yeah, I've been going gray since when my wife first came to visit me, because we were long distance at first. First time meeting in person.
Same.
We're in the car heading back to my house, and she was still debating: is he a killer, serial killer? Because we've never seen him in person. She looked over in the passenger seat and saw the gray, and still stuck around. And that was like back in 2017. So, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't start.
He
I
got
didn't
that
start
John
going gray
Economo
until
stuff
I had
from
kids.
Peacemaker. He sprayed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
Have
Can't
you
do it.
guys ever lost like the pigmentation in your like facial hair?
Pigmentation?
No,
That's more. That's very
a
specific.
professional.
What's facial hair?
Can you not grow a beard?
Nah, I can't. It's
Oh, okay.
unfortunate.
Like
no
like
facial
for
hair
a
at all.
year?
None.
That's just a little bit.
Okay. Well.
he gets a little stubble. You know,
Yeah.
you probably get a little 5 month shadow.
You should grow a stubble. Go for it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, Katie. I know you're not. You can't grow a beard. I'm sorry, brother. It'd
No.
be funny if she could
Hey.
grow.
Never-
It's
It'd be funny if she could
2025.
grow a beard over you. That'd be funny.
You never know. We don't want to assume someone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Maybe she saves her like full-grown like Santa Claus beard every morning. We don't know. That's
True. That does
Okay.
happen. Yeah.
True. Have you started noticing gray in your hair or no?
Me?
Yeah.
No, and I hope not. But the first time that I'll notice it, I'll probably cry, but it's fine.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. That just means it's more wisdom.
It's wisdom
embraced
that's
Oh, yeah, sure.
slowly seeping out, and it's gonna.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Look
true.
at it that way.
yeah.
My mom continuously dyes her hair. She's been doing it for decades, and every time because the gray starts coming in at the top with her hair. So every time she like bends over and I see like the gray, I'm like, gray. She's like, stop pointing it out. I'm like, gray.
No.
Because I keep telling her, like, because my thing is stop because you're dyeing your hair constantly like that. It's gonna affect your hair over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And she's dyeing it like a burgundy, like dark red color. I'm like, that's not even close to your natural hair. Stop. Like, I know you, like, it's like a dirty blonde back when I was little. I remember. Like, stop. Mom, she does it anyways. It's fine. Whatever. But I can never do it. I can't. Because my dad went completely gray before he, like, was like 27, like his completely gray before then. He would jet black color his hair. I'm like, and you could just like, it was just like, okay, that looks so fake. It's so bad. Yeah. Yeah.
At least I like early like baldness runs in all like majority of all the men in my family. So when it skipped me and at least it skipped me. I don't know if my brother has it, but I just got the grayness for some odd reason. So
yeah. My mom's genes saved my hair.
Wisdom.
Yeah, the wisdom, man. Remember. But thankfully for me, it's like my mom's genes prevented my hair from going gray as early as my dad, but I think I'll be fine with the baldness. I mean, my hair is thin. It gets thinner over time as you get older, but I haven't lost any as far as I know. It's just like
imagine us doing council in like 20 years and we're just all sitting here gray and shaking and stuff. Did you see the Superman reboot for the 50th time?
Did you see the they finally put out the Batman Part 3 with Robert Pattinson? He said,
back in my day in 2025, I remember when Star Wars was okay. But now I'll say this after 25 years.
Actually scary.
Oh God.
I know. I waited and finally they actually rebooted it. I don't want that to happen. But if they do, we might have some light in the end of the tunnel. Free at last. Free at last.
You kind of look like Martin Luther King a little bit.
How long are you waiting to do that?
Give me some Jello pudding.
Oh, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant.
We're not gonna do. No, it's too soon. No, we're not gonna do that. Too soon.
Too soon.
He hasn't been proven innocent. Oh no.
See, that new AI shit is really scary, bro.
That's what Zachary Levi said.
What kind of effects are you doing? Like, I don't know how you did that. What kind of effects are you using?
Oh, hold on, wait me 1 second. I got 1 second.
I know you can turn yourself into a baby too, which is creepy.
Yeah, I can.
Isn't that Isn't that like El Gato or something?
Oh
yeah, it's El Gato Pro. Yeah,
I got that. But wait. Do I still have the app?
It's Baby Mike.
Just me.
He went back. Oh, that's Baby Mike.
You have a little facial hair, so
yeah, that's the best part. Like a little baby facial hair.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's T'Challa's son.
Yeah, that's how Marvel want to age him up. Yeah, you got. Please the fans. Right.
That's funny. There you go. Now you're perfectly clean. Yeah.
Right. This is a deleted scene from The Flash.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Do that awkward run. There you go.
Yeah. Do the stupid run. Yeah. Do that.
You kind of look like Tyrone Magnus a little bit right now.
Don't bring him up.
Don't bring up Batman right now. Okay.
Wow. It's too woke.
7 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. No woke it up.
Can we keep this baby Mike? I mean, I don't think we can keep him.
They woke it up.
No, I'm trying to have one. So no. So
oh.
So yeah, no.
Oh, Mike, you're
like
trying
the
to
real
have
thing.
one?
I like the real thing. I would like the real thing, so.
He doesn't want to be a baby. He wants to hold the baby.
Yeah. I'm trying to have one before Lanterns come out. You know what I'm saying? So I can have the circle of life complete. I watched John Stewart Green Lantern first time when I was a kid. My dad looked, so speaking of baldness, my dad looked like John Stewart from Justice League Unlimited. Season 2. So it's like he was also in the military and everything. So when I see John Stewart, I think of my father. So it's like I'm waiting for that moment when I have my kids, to watch, that character, because like there's only a handful of characters to my childhood, him and Static, Virgil from Static Shock. So those characters are like tied to my childhood that I'm waiting for that moment. Spider. It's the same thing with Spider-Man. I want to show Spider-Man 2. The Tobey Maguire films, Revenge of the Sith. I want to show them that. Speaking of that, April 25th, y'all, we all there. We assemble.
Is it worldwide?
Yep.
Yeah, I think. Well, depending on your local theater, if they have it, yeah, because like there's certain movies. Like, I remember going to the theater, but I don't remember the actual experience. When I was a kid watching. Like I remember, yeah, I went to see the Spider-Man films, and I went to go see Revenge of the Sith, but I don't remember. Like I was like, what, 6 or so, 6, 7, maybe. But like, yeah, I couldn't remember like those films and everything, and I want to kind of relive that. So like when I have my kids, I want to like show them that cinematic experience in the films and everything. But yeah. So
there you go.
Be cool.
yeah.
YouTube is trying to give me ideas for videos.
Probably not good ideas.
Not good ideas. It's run by AI.
Group reviews.
Okay.
You're just pulling my playlist titles.
That's what they're doing. I tried to do that once, like where I get asked YouTube to give me like ideas. It's like, oh, okay, and then it gave me stuff. I'm like, oh, I could have thought of that. It's not original. Same thing with
pull
like
up Jake's comment.
Why would I?
Because it's actually hilarious.
Oh, that's probably true.
That is true. That's very true. But for some reason, I walked in my kids' room today and they were watching Family Matters.
There you go.
Really?
Wow.
I don't know if I should tell them to, turn from that because they aren't ready for some of those episodes yet, or not because they've
not
watched
not till like season 2, because it wasn't until season 2 when they actually realized, hey, Urkel's actually the main character. So yeah, they'll do that, and then they add all the dramatic scenes to have enough comedy to balance stuff out, but have emotional heart, like scenes. But the gut wrenching scenes don't really come out until like they're in their in high school with the whole like gun situation and everything. Yeah, see, our show
was a horribly acted. That was a horribly acted episode, by the way. Like that was right. That was terrible. Why did she give her the shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you expect like shows back then to actually have good acting in it? Like really? Like
I expect them to have good plot, and the rest.
Fresh Prince did.
That okay, that's fair. Because there's some definitely deep moments on Fresh Prince, 100%.
Friends.
Friends. Yeah, good mixture of humor.
Frasier.
Drama.
I interviewed him. Was it back in November for season 2?
You asked him about being Beast. Oh, never mind.
I told him he was my favorite Beast. There's only 2.
Yeah, there's only 2. Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah.
Didn't they cancel that show, Frasier, season 2? Like the revival?
They canceled.
Numbers weren't. Yeah, it wasn't good.
I've never seen an episode of that show. I'm like, oh, okay, they're bringing that back. Then again, they're always bringing back so much. Like they're apparently bringing back Scrubs. Apparently,
yeah, they're bringing back Malcolm in the Middle for like a mini series,
like 4 episodes or something.
Yeah.
I'm actually intrigued about that. I'm not gonna lie. Like Malcolm in the Middle was like that was a time.
But do you know what show can what genre of show can thrive like no matter what? You have to be a medical drama. I mean, think about it. Grey's Anatomy been on forever. They just have to switch it up. Like Brilliant Minds, the main doctor has face blindness. The Good Doctor, he was autistic. This other show that I just found out today that they just could not think of a title, so they just named it Doc. The main character, and this is a Fox show, the main character is a doctor with memory loss. How the hell does that work?
And he still has a job.
They just got picked up for season 2, a full 22 episode season on Fox. A doctor with memory loss. That's the whole shtick of the show.
And what was that? I forget what it was called, but it was like Neil Patrick Harris as like a kid doctor or something that was like a thing.
What was it?
I forget.
And then they brought it. They kind of like rebooted it.
They rebooted it. Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris. Let me see. I forget what it was called to be. He was literally a kid. Wait, is that what Doogie Howser?
Doogie Howser, yeah.
It was Doogie Howser. Oh my god. Yeah, he was a freaking kid. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's 10 years old in the show. Oh my god!
Guys, we can turn Council of Creators into Council of Doctors and like make a real show. And
yeah, we could diagnose people.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Jason, you are diagnosed with being in Australia. That's your diagnosis. So
I'm okay with that. I'm fine.
okay, perfect. Katie, you're diagnosed with being on the show for the first time and confused what the hell's going on. It's a long one, but I think that's good. Lance, I'm diagnosing you with
Being black.
That's like the 5th or 6th thing down the line. But the first thing, your obsession with Javicia Leslie as Batwoman is a little bit too much. So there's that. Darius, yours is second appearance on the show, still confused on what the hell I'm doing here. I think that was good. And I think Mike is like, he's obsessed with doing face filters too much and he needs to go see an actual therapist. And then he does this.
Okay, but before I go, I have to ask Darius, since I see he is wearing the honorable Goku headband.
Yeah, I did notice that too. Yeah.
Have you been watching Dragon Ball Daima?
No, actually. I have not caught up on that. No.
Are you waiting to binge it?
Yes, I actually am.
Okay.
So you're watching the English. So you're watching the English dub.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Okay, that worked. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's fair because those voices are iconic, and it's. I mean, I understand the original interpretation, Japanese voice artist, but once you hear like Goku and it's kind of hard to.
I'm just glad they brought back Stephanie Natalie. I'm glad they finally wised up and brought her back. Like, it's about time. Like, the hell is Toei doing? Like, what were you doing?
Oh my god! I'm sorry. Holy crap!
Pixar character.
That's Pixar, Mike.
That changed your whole complexion, dog.
What? Holy crap!
All right, industry standard. You know.
Can you just keep that filter on for the rest of the stream?
Yeah, keep it up for the rest of the time.
But guys, I'm about to go eat my seafood ball. Jason, Katie, it was nice meeting you. Darius, Mike,
you
too.
All right, man. Same.
Seek help for those.
Seek help. See you, man. Thanks for being here. Party Nation every Tuesday.
It looks like Black Remy from Ratatouille.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Let's do this thing.
on that note,
See, man.
Is there a rat in your house, dog?
Wow.
He looks so lost with this filter on, like a deer stuck in headlights.
As he should.
I mean,
it's quite charming.
Always look.
Bye, Jake. Bye, Jeffrey.
Still here. See, man. Someone had asked what my diagnosis was. I think hosting the show is probably that diagnosis for me. It's too much. 77 times. I'm kind of like,
Did we actually get into DC news?
We haven't got to any of that yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of rambling. I mean, yeah, at this point, I'm just excited that we got announcements of new stuff. I like the fact that we're getting more announcements because I get it. Yeah, they announced stuff years ago, but then they haven't really there's been some movement on some stuff, other stuff kind of on hold. But at the same time, I'm just, hey, we're getting animated stuff, we're getting new stuff, and they're working on it. I mean, it's gonna take time. People are, I guess, expecting when James Gunn and Peter Safran take over, they're just gonna have 5-6 things come out. No, it doesn't. That's not how this works, especially when they're trying to reset and change up what's been happening. It's kind of hard to start a brand new universe and doing Elseworld stuff when the last couple of years have been kind of a dumpster fire. So I'm excited for all the new stuff that's coming. That's just me. But what do y'all think about it?
Jason.
What do I think about the new projects that's been announced?
Yeah, or just in general, what's going on? I mean, because we got a bunch of news. Yeah.
Well, I'm just not a fan of the DCU slate in general. I did not like the idea of DCU being rebooted. I think it was a bad choice to get rid of Cavill. I'm still sad about that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, if we had gotten Crisis on Infinite Earths in the DCU, then a reset, it would have been better. But And then when he did the video, he's like, we're gonna get Creature Commandos, we're gonna get Waller. I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? And I don't know, he's like cherry picking characters from his DCEU and like bringing it into here, which I hate that. And like I saw some of like the new announcements, like what was it, DC Superpowers? Was that like one of the new ones?
Yeah,
like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it in general, you know.
Okay, that's fair, 100%. Katie, what do you think about all this?
I'm being positively like I'm trying to see. So people say cautiously optimistic about Superman. New trailer. I have some concerns, to be honest. Like the flying scene that we saw. I'm a little bit like, I don't know. It looked weird, and some of the looks into the camera, like Lex Luthor looking into the camera, and like I have concerns. I think the trailer was epic. But at the same time, I'm also a Henry gal, so I'm a little bit like, I'm nervous, but I do like DC. So even if Superman is not good, I'm still probably gonna watch their stuff.
That's fair, because I mean we have Green Lanterns coming. They're shooting Supergirl right now, and there's plenty of stuff to look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, and that's completely fair. Because for me, like as Jason was saying, they were pulling a lot of like he was announcing like Waller, like stuff that's connected to what he worked on.
Yes.
I don't like that too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. What do you think, Darius, about all this news?
So I'm pretty optimistic for like the future of DC. Like I'm happy that there at least seems to be a plan of some sort, because the DCEU, as it was just like a bunch of different islands of people trying to do their own thing. And, Black Adam, the hierarchy of power. And then you got over here like this.
So it froze.
See,
that's why stuff.
It's the Snyder cultists. They're stopping them.
It's like
messing with that Wi-Fi.
It was the bunch going on.
I said, but
and I feel like now there's an actual plan.
Yeah, there's a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
And it's not just all going to be in this.
Wow, this is weird.
Certain things like Superman, I'm really into. I'm really looking forward to. But other things, I'm just like,
sure.
I'm getting the gist of it.
I got the clip notes.
I got the clip. Exactly.
I got the clip notes in real time.
Darius, your internet was going.
You got stuck in the quantum realm.
Yeah, he's like,
I got stuck. Oh God. Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, wait, you got you.
Yeah.
We got most of that.
Yeah, we got most of it. Like Superman, you're kind of optimistic,
but I mentioned Black Adam and The Rock came for me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also,
but yeah,
Mike was like, "Yeah, well, they're all coming after you."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's eating something. What's up, Phil? I had to do it to you.
Frozen him.
I had to do it.
You're an asshole.
I know.
What's going on?
Well,
what's up, man? Just hanging out.
Oh, busy day. Just another busy Wednesday.
I hear you, man. Darius
Thursday.
was giving his. Yeah, it's Thursday. Oh, it's Thursday for you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
What time is it over there, Jason?
It is 2 p.m. right now.
Wow. Wow.
What about you guys?
It's like 10 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
9.
Oh, an
7
hour
o'clock.
behind. Oh,
I'm
fancy.
Central Time, so yeah.
Oh, you're cool. You're cool. Yeah.
Midwest girly. No, I hate it. No, I'm not a big fan of where I live because there's not enough like film going on, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, when I was living in Asheville, North Carolina for like ever, and there was like a lot, it was just more stuff there. Now I live in a very small town. It's like nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
It's unfortunate. It is what it is.
I just deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to make it your own. You got to just figure out a way to do all this wherever you are,
Right.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, Phil, before you came in, we were mentioning briefly the DC stuff. about all the news. I know your favorite subject. So
I fucking hate DC. What are you talking about?
yeah, I know you hate it, man, with passion. Yeah.
I don't have a bunch of DC surrounded me just because I fucking love it or anything.
You can't stand the Snyder cut, can't stand Superman, none of that. No.
No, fire James Gunn.
Jeff
I'm all about
Johns
that.
is also he's your best pal. You know.
Let's.
Yeah.
I don't associate myself with racist. Thank you.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Oh.
So what do you think
about Tom
this
King
stuff?
though? Tom King?
I don't have a problem with Tom King.
Okay, you're probably alone on that one.
They feel against shit. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's not done anything on the level that Jeff Johns has. So I'm just gonna kind of shrug that one off, Mikey. I know what you're getting at, but I'm just gonna kind of shrug that one off.
I agree.
So what do you think of all the DC news that came out this week?
Well, Mike and I talked about it on DC TV podcast on Monday. So that was cool. I think that it was a nice update. I think that some stuff didn't really come as a surprise. Like, for instance, the Authority and Waller kind of being in creative limbo, more or less, being put on the back burner while they kind of figure things out and chart the plan. And, I mean, look, here's the thing, like, plans evolve, they change, things change. Quoting Batman Returns there, but like, it was refreshing to see other stuff get added to it too, like certain animated shows like Starfire and My Adventures with Green Lantern and stuff like that. That was cool. I think the thing that put the biggest smile on my face was James Gunn like flat out saying, yeah, the plan is to introduce a whole new Batman. We're not doing Robert Pattinson as the DCU Batman. So that just, anyone who wants that fantasy to happen, I'm sorry, like go cry in a corner or something. Like I don't really, you can be in your feels about it, whatever. I don't really care. I think that version of Batman needs to be its own Batman. You don't need to like pick apart something that's already been established just so you can have some crappy Photoshop made reality. So I'm not surprised that the Superman trailer is getting cut for CinemaCon. I mean, that's arguably where it's probably going to be shown off, and then it'll probably hit online within the hour, give or take.
Or not. I mean, they listen. They don't. They, unlike the only time they did that was actually for the Joker trailer, but I mean, we see how that turned out for them. Like
a different movie.
The moment they showed it, it dropped online.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt the same thing would be happening for Superman. Supergirl being halfway through production, that was kind of a surprise. That to me tells me that it's probably not a very big production, but if you're doing everything in-house and indoor, then yeah, that probably kind of cuts it back a little bit. But it also kind of makes me a little curious to see how that's going to look entirely behind a green screen. But then again, you look at stuff done on the other side of the court, Guardians of the Galaxy looks good for the most part. Like, all three of those movies look visually good, but at the same time, it's like, look at who is behind those movies. It's the guy making DC movies now. So I don't know. Like I'm not at a point where I'm going to hold James Gunn's feet to the fire over everything, but I'll just say that, like, from the stuff I have seen, like I like Creature Commandos. I am cautiously optimistic for Superman. Because like it's clearly a tone of itself. Definitely. And like, the trailer is like a marriage of a couple different iterations of Superman, which I find endearing. I did like that when him and Snyder took the picture, they knew full well exactly what they were doing. I was like, oh, good on you two. Good on you two for just lighting that fire up again. Good on you guys. I love that. As far as Brave and the Bold goes, I am more and more convinced that is probably the next movie, the big one that he wants to actively try and put in development. It seems like, because just the way he talked about it, the way that the way that they go about green lighting things and where his attention's at. Like, if you figure between post-production on Superman, post-production on Peacemaker, and then with Supergirl and Lanterns in Avid production and Clayface going into production later on this year, I kind of feel like if you're going to do a Batman villain first, before you do a Batman, there's a small chance you could very well see Batman pop up in Clayface.
And they would have to get that casting underway now.
Exactly. But I also caution that with, I don't think they're going to do that unless they have the Brave and the Bold script where exactly they want it to be. And even then, Annie Muschietti was probably going to be the first one to read that script outside of James Gunn and Peter Safran and whoever else is writing it. Process of elimination, I'm kind of hoping that Christina Hodson isn't the one writing it. I'm kind of leaning more towards Jeremy Slater or Drew Goddard, because Tom King's wrapped up with Lanterns. Jeremy Carver's doing Waller. We don't know who's writing fucking Booster Gold. James Mangold's handling Swamp Thing. So that only leaves Paradise Lost and Brave and the Bold. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, yeah. Titans also got an announcement, too. Well, loose announcement, I should say. The same writer of Supergirl's tackling that, too. And I'm like, well, you know, hey, if she can turn in a phenomenal Supergirl script, I'm very curious to see what a Teen Titans script looks like from Miss Anna Nagura. I am, again, just kind of curious who is writing that Brave and the Bold script, because James Gunn has been pretty vocal about being a Batman fan, too. And I'm a Batman fan, and I'm like, well, you can't ever not spoil me. Batman fans are just absolutely spoiled when it comes to DC content. There's no shortage of it. There's a fucking library of a number of movies with 7 different actors playing the role. Like, you're not ever going to not get enough Batman. As far as Superman's concerned, though, I think getting that house in order first and foremost is probably the priority as of right now. But after everything's said and done, after everyone has seen Superman and then they go see Supergirl next year, people are going to be like, well, what's next? Who else is in this world? Obviously, Lanterns is going to kind of open that up a little bit, but you can't keep Batman out of the spotlight. He is to DC what Spider-Man is to Marvel. And I think personally that James Gunn wants to establish the big two right off the bat. That's why he got a Superman movie first and foremost. And that's why Brave and the Bold wasn't too far behind. He wants there to be a Batman and a Superman in this world on top of doing what he does best as far as establishing the smaller characters. Overall, like, that slate announcement, I mean, it was cool. It was nice. It'll definitely give me something to talk about on Friday. I'm probably going to go through every project in terms of where they're at development wise. It was also pretty interesting to like get it in script form of like the back and forth of like Peter Safran and James Gunn being like, did we announce that? No, but it's out there. Like that whole back and forth of them. I'd be curious to see what, if anyone, I doubt it, but what the video footage of that would have looked like of like Peter Safran and James Gunn going back and forth. Cause Safran did confirm that Matthew Orton is writing a action-y film that may or may not include Bane and Deathstroke. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Without saying it. Pretty much.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a DC fan, man. I'm pretty easy lay. It's not nothing new. And as far as the Batman 2 is concerned, I will just say that people really need to like cool their jets and stop demanding Matt Reeves gives them answers, because the man deserves all the time that he needs. I'll say that. Yeah.
I mean, we have plenty of DC content coming, and just in general, as long as there's a plan, and the fact is we're getting Elseworld stuff like My Adventures of Green Lantern that's not connected to this, and people are like, well, it's like, no, it's not. Like, I love the fact that, hey, we're just getting announcements and there's a plan and there's something in motion, because they even stated that back when they announced that plan years ago, that this is not all the stuff. And that doesn't mean, okay, any of the stuff they announced was always planned, but they saw My Adventures of Superman getting a huge response, that show. Okay, well, what else can we do in this world? They've already teased other characters. They've already teased other things. Okay, let's do Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. Boom. And that means that you could have any other Green Lantern show up in that story. Because eventually in that show in Superman, Supergirl showed up. Like, and we know there's probably other characters that are going to pop up that are surrounding that we haven't seen yet officially. So, yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt with the announcements when me and Phil were talking about it just gave a sense of clarity and direction that I felt that's just lacking with the DCU, because you gave us announcement, but you gave us no execution. That was the problem. Even if you execute that, hey, we are no longer moving forward with the project, there's a way, because obviously it's not if a problem comes up, it's when, right? Marvel did this with Inhumans. They announced it. when they're big, when they announced Infinity War, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Humans was a part of that. And I got turned to a TV show that ultimately failed, but then destroyed the brand at the time because they just moved on and they succeeded, and as they should. Just like with this new DC universe, listen, I understand there's a lot of weight with this new Superman movie, but the way they're moving, it's like, hey, even though it might be some mixed reactions, we're still gonna move this train down, but yet we'll take the feedback and learn. Hey, he even said it. If you guys not liking his movies, we're not making all these stuff. But at the same time, we're not gonna just have all of our eggs in one basket, even though there is such a significant weight on that movie coming out this year. But just in terms of the way that they're structuring things, even to a point, I understand it's more of growing pain for people to adjust from like the DCU to to now. Because listen, like 2013, like was like over what 10 years ago, right? So it's like it's for some Superman, that's their Sam Raimi Spider-Man or something, Like I've lived through three different Spider-Man, Some kid, like they only just had Henry, right? I got through Brandon Routh. I got Tom Welling. I had, so it's like I had through a lot of Tyler Hoechlin too. It's like a lot of Superman and everything. So I understand the attachment to that character, but I understand like as a comic reader, boss, so who's older, like there's so much of a vast history of stories that have not even been touched yet. Even with some of these characters, like we've seen a lot of Batman movies, there's still a realm of Batman we've still not gotten with terms of the Bat family, with the Robins and with his entire family and everything, which I've been waiting to see. So I feel the future is bright, but more importantly, to your point, Phil, the fact that you had Peter and James, like they had a little back and forth. It's not like they had like a discourse in front of everybody. You're just seeing that you have somebody who's holding the next person beside them accountable. Even just might be like, wait, did we announce that? Like, yeah, we did. So it's not like it's not like, oh, we'll talk about that later, or like the whole thing when Amy Pascal say, yeah, Venom and all that, that's all connected, and then Kevin Feige just standing here like this. You're not getting that with this. So I like that honesty with there. I think again it's growing pains, but again, if they execute and they deliver, I think by the time they get to a Batman movie, which is really the I'm not waiting on Superman for this. I want how they're going to do Batman in this universe. And if that fails, then that's an issue. Because I'll put more weight on Batman as the foundation of the DC universe than Superman. That's just my personal opinion because Warner Brothers lived off the coattails of Batman movies for decades. So if you have a Batman movie that fails, oh, yeah, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. So that's why I put more weight in that. And it seemed like they're putting their time on that when they address those things. But I have hope. But proceed with caution. I'll say that.
And that's fair. That's what Katie was saying too. She was like saying how like I'm optimistic, but I'm kind of like I don't know, like because there are questionable things in the trailer, but like that's all like subjective. Because like I've seen amazing movies that have questionable shots and things. You're like, what was the thinking of that? But it's like, okay, we're going from the guy who did Suicide Squad, an R-rated DC film, to doing a Superman family-esque type film that they're hoping to bring as many people as possible to see into a new universe. So, like we've seen what he does to Guardians, but how are you going to handle the most iconic superhero of all time? Outside of like say Batman or whatever. It's like, how do you handle Superman? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like
especially a Superman today, like a Superman today. And
today,
that's just a whole, element to that. So even culturally, so it's like
it's a tightrope. You can't lean too hard into what Donner did, but at the same time, we saw what happened with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, and I say that as someone who defends and loves that movie, but clearly other people didn't. That's their prerogative. They can be wrong. It's fine, but it's like you kind of have to find a fine line. You have to have a perfect marriage of the two, and I think that what Gunn is doing with Superman is pretty close to that. Like, there's one shot I always point to in the new trailer where it's By perfect marriage, I mean like it's the shot of him saving the kid from the kaiju as the kaiju is stepping down. It's Superman saving a child in the vein of Richard Donner, but it's showcased in a way that is evocative of the beautiful imagery that is Zack Snyder. Very much like that. And I think that, even that first moment in that first trailer you saw, where it's literally Superman just crashing down, bloody and beaten, gasping for air. Nobody expected that from this Superman at all. Everyone thought he was going to be hunky-dory, G. God Williger, Jimmy Olsen. Like, people were clowning the fact that James Gunn was just going to do a Superman 78 Redux. And what does he do out the gate with that first moment in the trailer? He shows everybody, no, this Superman is vulnerable. Like, he shows you that he can be hurt, which is something, which is an often large criticism about Superman and how to write Superman and how to portray Superman, because obviously he's near invincible, but not impervious to everything. So you kind of have to, again, it's a balancing act. And even to Mike's point, like with the way the world is, I don't think that you can throw in the words truth, justice, and American way without it having some kind of, I don't know, awkward perception around it, because, well, America has a very different idea of what it means to be American, and having Superman embody that feels very, how do I say this very carefully? It feels of a time. It feels very much of a time where that is almost too old-fashioned. He needs to be the world hero. He does not need to be the hero of Metropolis. He needs to be the world hero. Mm-hmm. And obviously there's also a balancing act there with how do you do Clark Kent and Superman, because Superman's just one half of the equation. A lot of people tend to give Snyder flack for what he did with Man of Steel, and it's like they constantly harp on, oh, Superman wouldn't do this on his first day, Superman wouldn't do that, Superman wouldn't do this, and I'm just like, you guys are completely glossing over the fact that there's a fucking Clark Kent there present learning how to be Superman. And more often than not, a lot of people tend to just like hone in on these really stupid criticisms when it comes to that movie, and then I see James Gunn pulling in some similar aspects and he's getting praise for it, and I'm like, well, if Zack Snyder walks so James Gunn can run, so be it.
I hear that. And, I mean, I don't know if he walks or runs, but he's here. Draven, what's up?
He waddles.
Yo.
He waddles, I think.
Where the
crawls,
at?
maybe. He crawls, maybe, I think. I don't know.
He crawls.
All right, buddy.
I mean, you do you, man. You do what makes you happy. What are you doing? What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm playing Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let me just join a stream while I'm playing a video game.
Yeah.
I'm not playing yet. I'm about to start a game up, though.
Ah, even better.
Well, share screen.
But Phil, you would play Pokemon on stream. Mm-hmm. Shiny hunting at points.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd still be engaged in the conversation. We're going to hear him bitch and moan every time he loses now.
I'm not playing multiplayer, buddy. I'm playing zombies.
Uh-huh.
Buddy. Oh yeah, your room's all lit up now. I keep forgetting you have a Grogu back there.
Yeah.
In the shelf.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, I mean, well, we haven't talked about it yet. The Kathleen Kennedy situation.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Kathleen. They're saying she's retiring, but we've heard this for years. So, are you leaving us, Mike?
As the only, Jedi Mike here. I made a video today actually explaining the history and fall of Star Wars, where there's the rise of it and the fall that it is today, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am not wishing for any one person to lose their job or to step down of a position, even though not also acknowledging, hey, you've been in this industry for over 40 years and been a producer on some of the most iconic films in this industry. I am not going to discount that. But at the same time, when I saw that post or that article from Deadline, Variety, people run it, all I gotta say is this: nah. hey, goodbye. It's time to go. And when it's time to go, I'm gonna give you a salute. Thank you for your service, and that's it. But we need to move on to a brighter future. It's time. It's time. It's time. Listen, I'm not gonna put on in terms of what most people are going on in terms about the agenda and the wokeness, what everybody's talking about and stuff.
Woke.
No, I'm talking about just structurally, just in terms of the producing these projects to a point that I can't even suggest if she did even telling me the truth or this project is going to be dead on arrival because there have been announcements over and over and over and over again. Logos made. Think about it. They got no time to get a graphic designer to make these damn freaking logos. Hell, they get freaking Patty Jenkins to go up to a freaking model next to an X-Wing. It's like, yeah, guys, I really like, the story of the X-Wing pilots and stuff. I'm gonna give you this Rogue Squadron movie. Psych. What was that line from Tyler Creator that they were all keep making a meme? Well, that was a fucking lie. This.
Well, there was something that came out like around the time of the Wonder Woman 3 not happening and all the changes like occurring around that time that they said that it's possibly still in development. I'm like, at this point, the only way it would actually happen is if I think someone new came and step in and they revive that project. Because at this point, the fact that it hasn't been really mentioned by Kathleen Kennedy or Lucasfilm tells me that they don't want to bring it back unless it's someone new running the show now. If she leaves or not, like at this point, I just don't care because I've not really been keeping up too much with Star Wars over the last number of years. And it's not because of her specifically. It's just that I'm just tired of dealing with the fandom and I'm just tired of dealing with all this. And also, dude, there's just a lot of stuff coming out content wise. It's like, okay, I have to pick and choose what I'm watching. And so if she leaves and someone comes in and starts making all these changes and they're doing a bunch of new stuff, cool, awesome. If she continues to stay on for a couple more years and okay, whatever, like it's not going to change that. If I'm interested in it, I'll watch it. If I'm kind of like, I'll get to it at some point, maybe. But I'm trying to like figure out what to do. It's like Star Wars is like in this thing to where the fandom has really changed the perception for a lot of people in terms of their enjoyment.
Yes,
because you can go online and say, I love this show. Half the people, awesome, great. Other half, regardless of how you felt or not about something, you're a terrible person. You're a horrible person for liking that.
You're terrible. I hope your mother dies, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So,
an exaggeration.
In the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer, like I thought this was Star Wars, not Black Wars. Like that stuff, like just like, it is. I'm telling you, the not only the fact that about the fandom, this brand has been diluted in terms of what the culture of Star Wars. I remember when I was a kid, what it brought, unity. Like even to the point, some of my oldest friends from Boy Scouts, like we bonded over the Star Wars prequels, and there was a time that we were, the idiots, like, oh, you like the prequels, blah blah. And then now, what's come to now, 20 years later, that to a point now, the original trilogy crowd and the prequel crowd are now joined forces. They're now looking at the Disney crowd like, y'all, you the idiots now, right? Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's literally, it's like it's almost night and day. Like, yo, I've seen the same spirit before. You guys did it back in the early 2000s, and then so it's like, but this is what I think. In terms, I have hope in terms of a brighter future because. Regardless whether it's in be Kathleen Kennedy or Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, or whatever, it's not going to change in terms of that's just the one and all fix. What they need to, and hopefully what they're proceeding to is actually providing consistency and more importantly standing on their word and not actually trying to greenlight all these projects. And I know with that saying that it's going to get ugly before it gets pretty, but you have to understand it's like for 10 years, it's been 10 years since Force Awakens. Think about this, right? And in the next time, when we get to the 40th anniversary of Star Wars, which will be in May of 2027, guess what? We're not going to get in a Star Wars movie. We're going to get an Avengers movie. That's unfair. The fact that now you had the opportunity to bring back Star Wars cinematically. Nope. No. Star Wars is an event film. We need to bring back Star Wars, the brand, in the cinema. So this Mandalorian Grogu film, let's see how this go. But I've seen Disney Plus shows turn movies. Brave New World. I've seen it. And we'll see how audience who watch Disney Plus, how much as we claim must be popular, and people are just going to jump into this movie. Even this whole Rey movie, the Dawn of the new Dawn of the Jedi, the James Mangold of the origin of the Jedi and stuff. We'll see how all that goes. But what's going to change is how you shift the narrative from me going on Disney Plus and actually spending my dollar to the theaters. That's how you win back Star Wars. It's bringing back the event of them being a cinematic masterpiece to bring a theatrical experience to the audience. And they have lost that. Now, yes, pandemic, I get it, whatever, but they need to bring that type of consistency. There's some things you're never going to change with the audience because that's what it is, It is never going to change because it's part of our culture. This is a bigger conversation than just Star Wars that we're talking about here. So I believe the first thing they need to work on in terms of the stories that they own and they want to tell, bring back cinematically and then go from there. And then don't be greenlighting stuff just to please our appetite when really we're being spoiled and being spoon-fed all this stuff just so we can feed our own. Okay, at least I know everything now. Now give me more. After I just asked you for more and more and more. Same thing with all for Marvel fans, asking for more updates, asking for leaks, asking for all these stuff. And then when you get it, like, no, I need more. What happened to pre-Endgame when we just saw the movie for what it was, and then we went on to the next movie? That's how moving our dollar, going to the theater. That's how you build the brand. So, yeah.
And yet, Rise of Skywalker still made $1 billion at the box office following Endgame.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
The brand's not dead. It's not diluted. They took a break. They took a much-needed break after the Rise of Skywalker because they kind of needed to. The only flop they had from that catalog was Han Solo.
Yeah.
And even then, that was sandwiched in between Deadpool and Infinity War. So it was never going to make that much money to begin with. The biggest mistake was putting that movie in May. And it sucks because that falls on the anniversary date that, as you brought up, falls on Avengers Secret Wars. I don't think Star Wars is going to put a movie on that date just because of an anniversary. Like, they can celebrate the anniversary any which way they want. They can put the OG trilogy back in theaters for all I fucking care. They probably might, for all I know. But as far as the brand being diluted, look, no knock, Mike, but I'm sick and tired of hearing that argument in regards to Marvel. I'm sick and tired of hearing it in regards to DC, and I'm sick and tired of hearing it in regards to Star Wars. If these brands were truly diluted and damaged, they wouldn't be active at all today. So, regardless of whatever happens with Kathleen Kennedy, Star Wars is going to continue because Disney is the biggest brand building machine on the fucking planet. Without Kathleen Kennedy, without Disney, Star Wars isn't where it is today. Because when it was just Lucas and it was just Lucasfilm as a solo entity, all you had was the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and Clone Wars. And what did people want? People wanted more Star Wars. Couldn't get the funding for it because, again, Lucasfilm was a solo entity. And then what happens? Disney buys Star Wars. Oh, thank fuck. Now we can get more Star Wars. Well, then what happens? Disney's like, well, we're going to make our own canon. And then every fanboy had a crying uproar across the universe going, what? You're not going to use the extended universe? Why the fuck would they? Why? Why in the fuck would they use something they didn't create? You really think the House of Mouse is going to go through with something like that? Absolutely not. No. No, the biggest problem with Star Wars is and continues to be the fans. They do not know what they want. Hell, they're comparable to Superman fans. They get something new. They cry and say, this isn't what I want. This is woke. This is agenda pushing, blah, 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 blah. Wah, 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 wah. They don't fucking know what good storytelling is. They would not know if it came and bit them in the ass. Yes, you can criticize something, for sure. But when it comes to the amount of sheer quality and quantity that we're getting, I'm sorry, but Star Wars is bringing their A game more often than not, and I think a lot of fans are spoiled, and they're spoiled rotten when it comes to this shit. Book of Boba Fett is not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. Just because Boba Fett wasn't out doing fucking bounty hunter shit doesn't mean that ruined the character. No, they propped the fucking character forward. That's what they did. Just because the Acolyte wasn't fucking everything they wanted it to be, for whatever reason, I don't know, people bitched and moaned about that show. It's not perfect, but it sure as fuck isn't the worst thing in the catalog. Listen, again, I'm just going to reiterate, the worst thing about Star Wars fans, and the only thing really holding back the brand, is fans. Straight up. Now, whether or not Kathleen Kennedy actually greenlight something, because let's also make the distinction here. None of this shit was ever actually greenlit. It was announced. The only thing that was greenlit and moved forward was Mandalorian and Grogu, and that's because of the rapport that Jon Favreau had by building the Mandalorian the way he did, along with Dave Filoni. And that's why Dave Filoni is also getting to finish up his whole Mandoverse with a Mando Thrawn Endgame movie, whatever the fuck it
Thrawn trilogy or
Heir to the Empire. Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, the Empire. Yeah.
Which, cool, good for them. They've earned that. As far as everybody else, to be determined, as our friend Ronan likes to say.
Mm-hmm. And he's the heir to my empire.
He's also a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it came in at a good time. We're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie left. Oh, bye, Katie. Okay. So Johnny, what do you think? 'Cause I know you're not really a Star Wars fan. You never really seen it. So
No, never.
yeah, what do you think about it? Too
Go
woke
Mickey
for you?
Mouse. Yeah, go Mickey Mouse. I don't know.
Go Mickey.
Go Mickey. We're talking about the Kathleen Kennedy thing. Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
And also just in general, like the brand of Star Wars, and so basically anything. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, okay. I feel like I don't care that much, which might be like a hot take in itself. Like I don't really, I don't hate her. I don't love her. Like I'm just kind of like whatever. Like I think, like Phil said, I think the hate for Star Wars has got blown a little out of proportion. Like
Yes, I agree.
I didn't like The Acolyte, and I haven't watched Skeleton Crew. I heard Skeleton Crew is good though.
It's all right.
But out of like the Disney Star Wars stuff so far, I mean, I'm a rare breed of person that likes The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. I only didn't like The Rise of Skywalker just because I felt like they didn't stick with like a concrete path for the story, and they kind of backtracked a lot. But I've enjoyed most of what Disney's done with Star Wars. Is it all like the greatest things I've ever seen from Star Wars? No. But some of it is. Like, I really, really love The Mandalorian, the first 2 seasons especially. The 3rd season had some caca stains, but it still wasn't like a complete disaster. Like, I would have liked more of the Siege of Mandalore stuff, sure, instead of like a random episode focused on like a fucking doctor and like, you know, like that stuff. But like, you know, I like it still had its moments in season 3. I think Ahsoka honestly is one of my favorite Star Wars projects that I've seen. I thought that was amazing personally. Like it was a really good payoff for Rebels fans and even Clone Wars fans, just people that have been fans of Ahsoka. I thought like it was a good payoff to finally see her get her due in live action.
And we got to see Hayden Christensen interact with his
yeah.
Anakin interacting with an Ahsoka. Like it's
Awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, and live action Thrawn, even though like he wasn't in the show that much, but like still seeing him in live action was cool.
Yeah.
I love, and then also seeing live action like Night Sisters and stuff as someone that loves Dathomir stuff. I'm a Darth Maul fanboy, and all Dathomir stuff is sick to me. So seeing Night Sisters in real life was fucking cool to me too. Like zombie stormtroopers and shit. I thought all that was pretty fucking awesome personally. Book of Boba Fett was like a little bit of a mixed bag, but I didn't hate it. I still enjoyed it.
Sherry.
Like what else have they done? Final season of Clone Wars was phenomenal. Like I don't know, like I'm kind of just rambling, but
You're
Your yap stash.
yeah, I'm yapping. Like but I've enjoyed like most of what they've done.
Yes.
There's, like I said, there's been problems along the way, but I think people kind of blow it a little out of proportion. Like, not everything's perfect. I would change things. I still like the Obi show, but I agree with a lot of people where it definitely could have been a lot better. I think it could have been a movie instead of a show. But yeah, I don't know. Like, the whole shitting on Kathleen Kennedy thing, I never understood. Like, I don't know. I would rather have like, because I saw there's like a rumor, I don't know how true it is or not, that like Dave Filoni could be next up to possibly take her spot. I don't know if that's true or not.
He doesn't want that job.
He doesn't,
Yeah.
Because I mean, if he wanted it, that'd be great. But if he doesn't want it, then like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I think he needs to stick with the creative side, like how James Gunn and Peter Safran, how they split it. I don't think that's going to happen, but he creatively just wants to work on creative.
Yeah, if he's in charge of like all the creative decisions instead of the business decisions or whatever, that's great to me. Like, I think Dave Filoni should really be the one running Star Wars creatively, because I feel like out of everyone that's working on Star Wars in the modern day, he has the best grasp on what Star Wars is and what it means. And he's made a bunch of my favorite things in the franchise. So like, if I had to choose who should be in charge of Star Wars creatively, I would without hesitation pick him. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I am a little sad that I feel like Star Wars as a franchise kind of died down in popularity, but I think it's like Phil said, because fans ask for things, we get them, and we shit on them, and then so I like if I'm in charge of Star Wars, I don't know what the fuck to do, to be honest, because like you hear so many things, you don't know what to go with, and either way you go, you're gonna get crucified for it. So it's like
listen,
fighting an unwinnable battle.
There's that too, but it's almost like if Kathleen Kennedy were to step down, then Lucasfilm becomes in an almost near similar position that DC was in prior to James Gunn and Peter Safran getting named co-CEOs.
Yeah.
If there's a job nobody wants right now, it's Kathleen Kennedy's.
Yeah.
Because who would want to
What
deal?
the fuck?
Did I call it or did I call it, guys? I called it.
Sorry. I died to some bullshit.
That's fucking boohoo. Fucking it's the job almost I don't think anyone would take unless they had a clear, concrete idea of what they needed or wanted to do. And I don't see Dave Filoni taking that job. I for damn sure Jon Favreau, maybe. That's a big maybe. Homeboy's been in the business for a long fucking time, and he's seen both sides of it. He's seen the ugliness. He's also seen the rewards that it can reap.
Yeah.
Right. And as far as, Kevin Feige, there is no fucking way Kevin Feige's taking that job. People who assume that or are thinking that are fucking delusional.
Yeah, that's never happening.
Never. They're in the same camp of delusional as Snyder fans, hoping Snyder's going to come back and finish JL 2 and 3.
Yeah.
There, I said it. Anyway,
I saw people bring up Feige. I was like, dude,
no.
What are... He was supposed to make a movie, and he couldn't even make a movie. You think he's gonna run Star Wars? Like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, what's going on?
No.
Jon Favreau is interesting, though, because of his creative side and how he's... Yeah, so if he was to do it, that would be very interesting. And
that would almost be like a James Gunn situation. Sorry to cut you off. But
no, it's fine. And that's perfectly like the example, because I think what would happen is... because it's been public knowledge, all of these creatives, directing, writing, all this, like all these potential projects that were announced or like talked about and then just axed months later and they were not moving forward. Jon Favreau would probably revive those things or try to bring those people back into the fold, because I really do feel that whatever direction Kathleen Kennedy was trying to go, or whatever was happening in these meetings with these people who are writing on projects or directing or whatever the case may be, things were just not working out creatively. And that's why a lot of people were like either done with Star Wars or they never went to the table because they had heard all these things like, yeah, we're staying away. Because there's been people over the years have been asked, hey, would you be Star Wars? Like, yeah, but I don't know. It's like, because they know right now it's hard to get anything made over there.
Yeah.
So I would like to think Jon Favreau would probably turn things around.
I think also,
yeah,
when you think about Star Wars, it's not DC, it's not Marvel, it's not your independent film, it's none of that. Star Wars is a very specific kind of sandbox with very specific tones to it and very concrete ways of telling a story. Like, yeah, there's room to explore other avenues of storytelling. There's, different corners and factions you can garner success from. I mean, look, case in point, I'm not really a fan of the show, but Andor has proven to be, for whatever reason, the big one fans tend to love. Good for them. That's great. I get the appeal behind it, but at the same time, like, to my point, it is in a corner unto itself. It's dealing with the real boots on the ground people, the rebels versus the fucking empire. Like it is that hard boots on the ground, but without the need of having a Luke Skywalker or a Darth Vader present. It's that literal Star Wars in the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right. And then you've even got something akin to Mandalorian, which I think, as much as I like the movie, Mandalorian does what the Han Solo movie tried to do, i.e., you are seeing the underbelly and the underground and the smuggling and the scandalous stuff of Star Wars via the Mandalorian. Like, you're seeing the bounty hunters, you're seeing like a network of underground just scumbags at their finest, right? And even Skeleton Crew touches on this in a specific kind of way too. However, that one is interesting because it's through the lens of a bunch of up and coming like preteen kids, but they're dealing with pirates. And that's the thing. Like, you have to find a way to tell your story. But the thing is like, how do you fit it into Star Wars? And I think that is the big crux that drives a lot of people away. That people like, say, a Christopher Nolan or even a Zack Snyder are like, yeah, I have this idea. And then you have someone at Lucasfilm going, yeah, that's great, but that doesn't really fit in our sandbox. That's where
the reason.
Yeah, go ahead, Darius.
It's probably the only reason like Mangold is doing Dawn of the Jedi. Is like it's so far, you know, in like the past. He's like, I don't have to worry about this fucking lore stuff and all the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
but that's it though. That's just
Yeah.
it directly feeds into the lore in a way that hasn't been touched upon yet, and it can still find a way to fit in that sandbox. It's like adding a toy to the chest, you know.
Well, that's kind of the thing too about Star Wars that's like different than Marvel and DC in a way is like with Marvel and DC, if you want to just kind of pick a comic run or a comic story and adapt that, that's your story and that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Star Wars doesn't have that. You're making stories as you go. I'm not saying that you can't do that with Marvel and DC, but like most Marvel and DC things are based off of comic stories. I mean, like Star Wars has legends and they pull from legends sometimes, but like there's no like, I guess there's no blueprint really for Star Wars really. Like Star Wars is really what you want to make of it. So it's harder to add to the lore of Star Wars than it would be to like a MCU or DC universe. Cause like I said, you could just follow a comic story or something and adapt it a certain way. I guess you could adapt a legend story a certain way, but like
the closest, I don't mean to cut you off, but like the closest thing they're doing to that is literally Thrawn and the Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about as close as you're gonna get.
Pretty much.
And in terms of like the blueprint, I would say that the blueprint for Star Wars is the original trilogy. There's your blueprint.
Yeah.
Like that whatever way you want to spin it, whatever way you want to tell your story, more or less, like that is the blueprint that people often use. And as far as the Acolyte's concerned, you could make the debate that the blueprint for that was the prequel trilogy.
Yeah. And I agree to that too, because like we saw a whole new side of Star Wars with that prequel trilogy, and then the Acolyte kind of just backed it even more up in timeline wise.
Yep.
But I think you're 100% correct, Johnny. I really thought about that too much, but that's a fair point. There is no like decades of comics that they're pulling from to make something.
Yeah,
like
you're just going off of what's already been like.
They're going off
said, like the blueprint. The blueprint's like what George did with the prequels and the originals. Like whether people want to admit it or not, like prequels are also part of the blueprint. Like it's you're just basing everything off of what George created and trying to honor it pretty much. But there's not like specific beats and stories and characters to add. You're trying to figure out how to do all of that while honoring the legacy of Star Wars along the way, which is a lot more intimidating, I think, to a lot of people too, instead of like stepping into a Marvel or DC or whatever. Like,
because you have like 6 movies.
Paving your own path. Like you're kind of paving your own path in a way. Like, which is also why, not to bring up this controversial thing, is why I kind of like The Last Jedi, because Rian Johnson said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want. And he did it. And you know, you like it or hate it. And that's kind of how Star Wars is.
It should be, because all you had before the Disney buyout was the legend stuff, which, like, if you try to canonize that shit, there's too many inconsistencies.
Do you have any idea how many different versions of Luke Skywalker there are in Legends canon?
That's the thing. There's a story where Chewbacca dies by a moon crashing into the planet he's on and killing him.
And then there's another one where he dies by being skinned alive.
Yeah, so what do you want canonized, people? But you had 6 movies and a show.
Yeah, it's insane.
And that's all you had.
Yeah.
So what do you do from there? So obviously the authors and people just took upon themselves to create stories within a certain era of time. Now we have this new canonized stuff. Has Kathleen Kennedy been successful overall in Star Wars running it? Yes. Box office wise, she has.
Box office,
Story wise, that's a different question. But at the end of the day, if she steps down or not, you're still going to get Star Wars content. Maybe not as frequent as you like, but you're still getting stuff, right? So it is what it is. Like, regardless of if she stays for 3 or 4 more years or retires this year or whatever, it's gonna take some time as the new person comes in to really start implementing a plan. Just like how the James Gunn, Peter Safran with DC, it was an overnight boom. We're getting 5 projects in. We're getting 3 movies in a year. We're getting no. It takes time. So if Jon Favreau hypothetically takes over at the end of the year and they announce a celebration, you're not going to see any of these fucking changes and shit he's wanting to do for at least 2 to 3 years minimum.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And speaking of my Jon Favreau, Ronan.
Yes.
What's up, man?
I know you really don't know what Star Wars is, but could you just give me this like if you like pretend you know what Star Wars is and give us your thoughts on this whole thing?
I know they do this. I think they do
100%.
this.
Yeah. And they got like the pointy ears and
yeah. And all the girls like the pointy ears. Yeah.
Just yells Spock.
Yeah, bro.
That's Star Wars just yells.
They got
Spock.
cool sweaters, man.
Yeah, they got red shirts.
People die for
Yeah.
that.
Someone yells someone's name. Someone's always dying in a glass place every few years. Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the whole Kathleen Kennedy and this whole debate? Because I know you've been listening in on what's going on. Yeah.
And part of me is like, it was inevitable. It was something that was gonna happen now or later. We've been hearing about this for a long time, and again, I've always said that, like, from 2012 to when the company was bought to now, has everything hit on all cylinders? No. And I've had my issues with stuff, but I hope I don't come off like I lose sleep over it, like I feel like a lot of people have. And that's where sometimes it's a choice of mine not to fully engage with it, even though I do engage with it with other fans and communities and whatnot. Although I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of people who dig it as much as I do. But I think with her is that people can't just dismiss these past 13 years, because everything people are into now, movies-wise, and the feeling of the Ablum stuff, she's been there from the get-go. I mean, take away Star Wars and Lucasfilm, E.T., Indie, Temple of Doom and onwards, I think, or maybe from the first one, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List. Like, she's been a staple of this industry that a lot of people want to get into. And so if she does retire, I say kudos. Although I had issues with a lot of the big stuff he did, I don't think you flat out killed the brand like a lot of people think it's been happening, whatnot. And we're in a completely different place than we were when the prequels were coming about and whatnot. Like, I was, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna age myself. I was 9 when Revenge of the Sith came out. By then, I don't even think I was allowed to use the internet, which in hindsight, thank God my parents didn't do that, because all the hate went over my head. I didn't hear about it until high school.
I was fucking 5 years old when Revenge of the Sith came out.
I was
Oh, there you go.
I wasn't alive.
What are you, young or something? No.
Nah. I'm very old.
We gotta be careful, guys. We gotta be careful because Jason, he revealed he's 18. We gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So
I'm
You're
legal.
18?
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying that he could technically be 17 or 16. He's just lying. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. It's
please
fine.
be better than a lot of people. That's all. I'll ask you, younglings. I'm like, please do better than a lot of people now and whatnot. And yeah, I like you've been saying, that at Celebration, we're gonna find out one way or another, because somebody, IGN, whoever the fuck is gonna be impressed,
They're
be
gonna
like,
ask.
Kathy, how's the contract going? And be like, well, none of your business. Or she'll
she
say,
could easily say, "I love my job here." Like, she could just bypass it and whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
How about the Ray movie?
Yeah, the Ray movie. They may talk about that. Who knows? Jason, we've not really gotten your comments on this whole thing. Because I know you were excited about this. You're like, ooh, yeah.
Like I wouldn't say I hate Kathleen Kennedy because, like, you know, she was there when Disney took over Star Wars, and this is gonna sound crazy, but like if it wasn't for Disney, I don't think I'd be a Star Wars fan today, because the only reason I got into it was because of Disney Infinity. I don't know if any of you know what that is.
Yeah,
but
we used to talk about it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was the only reason why I got into Star Wars in the first place. And like, I wouldn't say she's like a bad producer at all. She's, as people have said, she's been in the business for 40 years now, and she worked on E.T., Indiana Jones. So like, I don't know. I get why she's trying to like woke Star Wars up because it's modern day, but I don't think she's entirely to blame for all that. I feel like there's a lot of other people to blame besides her. But like, if she's gonna leave, oh well, you know.
That's fair. That's fair. Because I mean, at the end of the day, as fans, not just like Star Wars fans, but in general, there's always going to be decisions made with IP that we know that we're not going to agree with. Like for example, we all know the Sony Marvel projects live action have been fucking terrible. Great. What were they thinking? But
I don't know what you're talking about. Those are amazing movies.
10 out of 10. But there are people out there who actually like those movies. But to a lot of people, they don't. And then, but you look at, see, like their animation stuff with Into the Spider-Verse, Cross Spider-Verse, holy crap, masterpieces. They're phenomenal Marvel stories. But the thing is, like, it's always going to be that way. Because there's all these, like David Cornsweet's Superman, for example. There are people that are split on his casting, but people have been, the trailers. But there are always going to be people that just don't like it, no matter what, because there's something wrong with it, and that's fine. It's all subjective, and that's the thing with Star Wars. I think in general, there are this misconception that you can't please Star Wars fans. Oh, you can. The Mandalorian brought a lot of people together. The Mandalorian was like the Force Awakens at the time. The Force Awakens, everyone was loving Star Wars again. Last Jedi split people, but there's people loving it, people hating it, but the conversation was still there. Rise of Skywalker, same thing. So, regardless of Kathleen Kennedy is staying or not, it doesn't really matter because, yeah, she makes a decision. She's signing on the stuff, but it isn't really her, like, really pushing all this stuff forward. Like, she's greenlighting it, and she's letting the people take control and kind of run with it. And she's just like, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she is to blame for all the positives and negatives. But there's been some wins and been some non-wins. But box office-wise, they're crushing it. Fist.
Kathleen was she's a very easy, like, Darth Sidious figure for people to hate. You know,
scapegoat.
Yes.
For a lot of people. We cannot be ignorant to talk about the political side of this too, because listen, even when it comes to 2017, that was right after the 2016 election, right? When everyone kept talking about DEI and wokeness now, back then it wasn't DEI or wokeness. What was it called? It was called SJW. Who says SJW now? No one. So but yet we have certain amnesia, like those words, or that the same thing was not said back then, back in 2017 when this film came out. And it literally is like night and day in terms of how political that time was, that translated cinematically in those films. And it was before even Marvel got the heat that they did, like post-pandemic. It was Star Wars. That was the first one, really, that got the big heat. Like, yes, you got M. Night Shyamalan's, Last Airbender and all that stuff, but not the visceral of I'm talking even before. I'll say the Brie Larson Captain Marvel wave of people going there too, like thumbnails. Like thumbnails of making them like type of mascots, like with masculine type of stuff, whatever, to just make them look like the serve of the agenda and wokeness. Oh, these are strong. Oh, Mary Sue's and all stuff like that. But we cannot be ignorant. Also, there's a political aspect too that people claim that's not part of it, but it absolutely is.
I mean, I'll not forget. It was the first tremors I felt of the internet was when that first teaser of Force Awakens came out, and it ends with the Falcon flying. I was pumped as fuck. But the only thing I ever heard negative wise when that teaser came out was as soon as John Boy got panned up in the pan and he had the stormtrooper outfit, people were like, "What the fuck?" And I was like,
I even saw
I could put it he's probably a spy or he's probably underground or whatnot. And it's just I don't know. Like I tell people nowadays when they look at this Star Wars franchise, we have barely scratched the potential with this franchise so much. Like we barely scratch it. There's so much space, time, things to bring to it. Whether it lands or not, that's a whole nother ballpark. Art is objective to each. It's like there's, to me, I think Johnny said with Ahsoka, he went to another galaxy. Fucking 40, almost 40 years. Geez, no, almost 50 years since the franchise kicked off. We finally went to another galaxy in live action and canon for a lot of folks and whatnot. And like, it's there's the fact that we're not
endless.
Yeah. Exactly. Like there's so much focus right now that like right now I'm not missing the characters that brought me to the franchise. Do I get happy when I see them? Yeah. But I also want to leave space for those that I'm not aware of, because that's when you keep your stories, the stuff you love, you keep it fresh. In time, stuff will last and some stuff won't last. Again, I'm one of the few that like I'm someone that loves Andor. I know a lot of people thought it was boring, a lot of people thought it was slow, and that is fair to today. I like some slow stuff. I like some stuff that may come off boring. But I know that stuff is still lasting effect. And dare I say, while the X-Men right now are away, both in 97 and the films, I need Andor. I need Andor for me right now. How people take it how you will with that. I need a show like that for me. And I can still enjoy that and something like Mando. Call me, my range might be bigger than a lot of other folks, but I tend to have a lot of taste. And if I don't dig stuff, I don't make it a case to feel like imposing my ownership, which I don't feel ownership over this franchise. I feel lucky that I connected with the franchise, and I don't feel like wasting my time and energy, which folks, spoiler, we're going to die one day, to go and tell people, fuck off if you think of this and whatnot. If you dug this shit, if you dug this stuff, whatnot, kudos. I'm going to do my own thing and focus on this.
That's fair.
It's like an old grandpa.
Message.
No, man. Message received. You're good. You're in good company.
No, 100%. I guess we'll bring him in. I already know his opinion on Star Wars, so.
Oh, yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
I know his least favorite character is Mace Windu.
Is there a reason? Or?
Well, he's racist as fuck.
Okay.
It's okay. He's not actually racist. He is racist, though. His favorite song, you don't want to know how it goes. So,
you know, house next door to me. Never mind.
Fuck the police. I'm just kidding.
Police.
I was born by the river.
I've never gotten that many pleasant introductions at one time.
Maybe his favorite song version. His favorite song also may or may not start with SOS. Sorry, SOTS. My bad.
I was say ABBA? I like ABBA.
Nope.
Damn it, Phil. Damn it.
Dancing Queen.
I don't thank you for that anyway.
You just did.
I said, damn it, not thank you.
You just did. Don't lie.
I'm not. Never mind. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
You should.
Jake, what did you think of the Andor trailer?
Well, Ron, you brought it up. I'm kind of right there with you. I'm one of the people that love that show too, and whenever it comes to those things, sometimes I like something more fast paced. Sometimes I like slow, and it's a little bit of a slow burn. But I think Andor kind of emphasized what I think is like probably the biggest untapped gold mine with the entire Star Wars IP, and that is that there's so much out there. Like Chance was saying, the potential for what you can do is limitless. The world is huge, and I see so many of these people. This gets on my nerves. They say, "Oh, retire the Star Wars brand, go on to something new. There's nothing you can do with it anymore." And I'm just like, "What? There's nothing you can do with it?" And it's like, okay, you see all these planets that they go to in those different movies. Ones we have seen yet, and ones we haven't. Do you really learn anything about those places? Do you spend time with characters on them other than our main characters that are hopping from point A to B to C? Not really. That doesn't really happen a lot, and it didn't start to happen until the TV shows. And that's what I loved about Andor especially, is that it built out a world and it established all these different things. There was a lore, there was a history, and didn't feel like didn't just consist of a bunch of dead drops that just look like blank backgrounds for the CGI heavy action to happen on. So that's why I'm definitely excited for more of Andor.
You know what's ironic? I don't know how y'all feel about these 4 specific projects, but I remember when Obi-Wan Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett were announced, it was like, yes! Finally! Oh my fucking god! Skeleton Crew, Andor, they were like, okay, well, okay. At least for me, for my neck of the woods. And they're like, okay. Yeah. I checked all 4 shows. I didn't, as a whole, I didn't dig Obi-Wan Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, but I ended up digging Andor and Skeleton Crew. And it's just like, it's
great.
Fascinating how stuff for me switched, which, I was happy to see Ewan back. Timur Morrison back in the saddle, fuck yeah, but a lot of goes with execution, and that is to say that do I dislike those projects as a whole? No, there is great stuff in them, and I think people tend not to have what I think is constructive. Constructive criticism nowadays. Like that is a bygone thing that sometimes I see, and I'm like, oh, thank God that someone's still doing that way, and yeah.
And it's like what you were saying too with all these new projects. You're not necessarily missing the people that brought you into the franchise. 20 years back. Is it cool when they show up? Yeah, but you're not bitter because they're not there. Because the whole story potential is not limited to just the characters that introduce us to this world.
Yeah,
they're not the only ones that have stories to tell, and the worlds we've seen are not the only worlds that have stories.
I don't know how you took it, but at first when I heard the Revolution Starts Now song, I was like, this is a unique way to do it with the first official trailer 2 months before your show's out. And then I re-listened to the song over and over again. I'm like, it's a little jarring at first, but it fits so perfectly with what the show is doing and telling. Like, I love it.
The whole tone of the show, it fit.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I knew people were going to bitch about it, though. I knew it was coming. Yeah.
I mean, you're on the internet. That's the day of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the trailer. I still have not watched the Andor trailer.
Oh, really?
I bowed out after the first season. I don't need to see how it wraps up. I know where the character ends up. I don't need to see a second season of that. I'm good.
That's fair. But see, you're right there. You're saying you don't love it, but you're not saying, oh, this shouldn't have happened. Screw this. Fire these guys. You're not saying that.
No, that was a week ago.
Yeah, like I didn't love Andor, but I heard that Ben Mendelsohn's coming back as Krennic, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, all right. Yeah. Maybe I will watch. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it anyway. But
like, there's a lot of shots in the movie, like going into Rogue One. I mean, listen, I'm gonna call it what it is. To me, Rogue One was my favorite Disney Star Wars movie. I actually like it better than any The Force Awakens, in my personal opinion. I just agree, enjoyed Rogue One a lot. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was great.
But it just really. I don't really need to see this season. I mean, look, I'll watch it, but just like to wrap things, like I know where this ends up. But I mean, it still looks beautiful though. I mean,
and Rogue One and Andor for me and Rebels, because she did appear in a few episodes. They gave new energy to Mon Mothma of all characters and whatnot. And I always remember her from the background, but I was like, they gave her such new depth, and they gave Genevieve O'Reilly new scripts to just run with. Oh, I can't wait to see more of her.
Yeah,
I mean,
for that too, and those shows too, and kind of the first couple seasons of Mando to an extent. Oh dear Jesus! Who saw this coming?
Someone scream, "Wake up!"
Wake me up!
Woke! Wake me
the
up!
House next door.
Bread.
Wow. Bro, I died. Damn it. Fuck. Fell asleep. Fuck.
But no, like that showing like the first couple scenes of Mando and/or Rogue One, they all showed you, like I've said earlier in the chat, for the longest time you saw like the larger world effects of what happened in those Star Wars projects. You saw those, life stakes. In these projects, you actually got to see what happened to the regular people. You got to see what happened to them, and as one of the best things that I loved about those projects, I think they nailed that aspect, and I'm curious to see more of that.
Last time I felt that was with with Clone Wars and Rebels because it's a new crew one out, but Clone Wars really leaned into those at that time faceless troopers and just gave them a soul, gave them personalities. Like my God,
they weren't just like these faceless hordes that were just there in the background that you didn't care about.
I realized a long time ago that, or it was around the time Rebels came out. I realized not long after Rebels, and then especially after walking out of Rogue One, I was like, you know what? I don't mind new characters. I don't. I have no problem with new characters, and I don't mind telling their own story. I guess my big thing is like, I just don't really give a shit about like the Empire versus the Rebellion, like the average everyday people. I don't care because that's just not interesting to me. Fair. Regardless of like however great of a writer Tony Gilroy may be or whatever, like I don't fucking care. Like, and I'm not saying that to diminish anyone's opinion. I'm not saying that to say people are wrong for liking the show. It's just, especially after walking out of Rogue One, for me, I was like, wow, that's probably one of the few times I've ever walked out of a Star Wars movie and I went, I don't really care about that. I didn't really need that story. I'm not going to say it wasn't necessary. I'm just saying, like, for me, I was like, okay, well, I saw the story of how the Death Star plans got to the rebellion. Hoopity hoo ha fucking hey. At least Darth Vader killed some motherfuckers. That was cool.
And
I know people who are like that, who they're like, my thing is the Force and the Jedi and the Sith and that.
I wish more fans would be like that instead of just automatically resorting to this. Oh, boo hiss, kill it with fire. Wah, Acolyte hurt my feelings because the lead wasn't a white man. And it's just like, dude, just say it's not for you. It's really not that hard.
If DC, don't know how to.
Like DC and comic fans have the same fucking problem. They can't just say simply, oh, that wasn't for me. No, they have to go on a big fucking whiny tirade about it. It's the same deal with Star Wars.
Right. If that's not for you, just go watch the thing that is.
I was just thinking about that right now as you said that. I saw a graphic of for Starfire for the show, and like who are they going to cast as her, and is that going to be a whole nother shit show? Because I remember when Titans came out, people were just like, "What the fuck? How dare they cast someone like that?" And like it's I'm excited for this, and yet I dread some of the fallout that will come out just from fucking announcements.
People just don't know how to like. They don't have to watch everything. Like you can skip some stuff. If you don't think you're gonna like it, don't watch it.
Nope.
And that's why diaries were invented. You let your stuff out and you keep it in a book there. You write it down. Boom.
Yeah, you just got it in writing.
I just like when Captain Marvel first came out, I didn't watch it in theaters. I waited. I was like, I have no interest in this, so I'm not gonna watch it in theaters.
I checked it out. I was like, you know what? I gave it a shot. To me, ironically, Ben Mendelsohn was my favorite part of the movie, and it was just like because she's not my Captain Marvel. It's just like I didn't connect with it. But ironically enough, I connected with Brie in the Marvels. I'm like, there's my Captain. I'm like, there's Carol that I was connected with and whatnot. But it's fascinating how this stuff plays out either within a few years or a month. Like it's.
I happily paid to watch that movie twice in its opening weekend.
There you go.
Captain Marvel. Okay, I watched that movie twice in the same opening weekend. Is it?
I did
like,
too, actually. I think.
Is it the best shit Marvel's done? No, but it gave me the Skrulls.
Yeah, and it showcased them a lot better than Secret Invasion did.
Oh man!
That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not real.
No Secret Invasion.
That is an understatement for sure. Oh my
Someone flashed the Men in Black device.
Please,
I can happily say I did.
No, I actually quite like the more I think about it, like Captain Marvel has like kind of gone back and forth with me, but at the end of the day, like watching Brie Larson as Carol Danvers go full binary, I'm like, okay, well, at the very, very least, this means at some point, maybe somewhere down the line, a live action Dragon Ball movie can happen, and maybe I can see a Super Saiyan in live action for once.
Yeah, because one definitely.
And Iman Vellani was a joy to see on the big screen. Like I was just like,
100%.
My God.
Yeah. The camaraderie between those three leads was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
It was.
I think we're all ignoring the thing that's happening tomorrow. We're getting a new Minecraft trailer. So
I'm not even worried about that. My day is dedicated to Pokemon. Tomorrow's Pokemon Day. I give a fuck about Minecraft.
My day's booked as well. I was like, I didn't
Minecraft.
You reminded me.
I'm playing Minecraft right now.
Take it back to 2013.
Pretty much. That's pretty much exactly what's happening with that.
Is that when
Like,
that came out?
I think
is
so.
that when Mike-
When I was in high school, it was blowing up.
I thought it was 2011.
I
That was
was
2000.
off by
maybe
2
that's
years.
when like the what like
Because
the
I thought
The
demo
server
or
launch?
something released. Like there was like
2011.
yeah, because for like a couple of
Yeah.
years it wasn't officially like released as a game. It was like a demo version or something.
oh, wait,
Regardless,
Minecraft
it's
initial release,
way too late for that movie to come out.
Yeah.
And
Should've
why is Jack Black Steve? I'll never understand.
But he's Steve
I-
though.
No,
Why?
He said it.
He said he's Steve.
It's canon.
I love Jack Black, but I do not
So
understand what he's
is
doing
he
in
also
that
Hero
movie.
Brian?
Well,
That's gonna be the twist, right? He's not actually Steve. He's Hero Brian. That's the twist.
Oh God.
I just can't bring myself to
That's the
give a
post-credit
shit
scene.
about that movie at all.
No, actually, Jason Momoa's character with the weird fucking hairdo, that's
Oh.
Hero Brian.
God.
Oh god.
That's Hero Brian. Yeah. It's funny. He just went on stage over the weekend, I think, or something with Pantera.
Oh, yeah.
Over the
Did he
show.
walk?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was performing Walk live.
Yeah.
He went
Oh,
out there and did some vocals for it.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like he's doing that, and he's like, he's gonna promote Minecraft. It's like I can't
Yeah.
wait for the marketing to really pick up on that movie because I'm ready for all the interviews to come out where they're like, "So why did you agree to do this exactly? Like, what was your thinking? Like, yeah, man, Minecraft, yeah."
Just watch the Minecraft popcorn bucket. It's just going to be Jack Black's face with an open mouth.
Please do.
Yeah, someone's gonna ask him. Okay, so what's the crafting recipe for?
For us to forget this thing actually exists, please and thank you. Look,
Fuck,
I
dude.
think at this point I'm gonna have to see it opening weekend. I have to because I have to see what the fuck this thing is. Like,
That's how they get you. They make something.
if I can get an advanced screening,
ridiculous.
I'll go.
And that's
I'll watch
fine.
it.
and that's
That makes
fine
sense.
because hopefully if it's bad, my rants will earn revenue back on TikTok and shit that will justify the payout of me buying
Breaking
a ticket.
news: you went and saw Minecraft.
Breaking news: this movie was horrible. We'll see.
An investment,
other
like the stock
news.
market.
It's gonna be funny if the movie is like, wow, this is actually not as bad as Madam Web. Like that's
Imagine
gonna be,
where it's actually like decent. That'd be fucking nuts.
Exactly.
There's no way, but it'd be
that's
funny.
the thing.
How the fuck did Madam Web become just like the new low bar punching bag for everybody? I don't, man.
Especially since
Here-
Borderlands came out months
sorry.
later.
Yeah,
This-
Borderlands
not
was
as-
easily the worst movie of 2024.
This is
Without
not
a
as bad
doubt.
as Harold and the
I
Purple
don't think
Crown.
anyone saw that
There
though.
you go.
Okay, that's true. That's
Okay,
very
yeah,
true.
that's true.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna have to watch Harold and the Purple Crown. I'll have to watch it.
I mean, we could
God
have
bless
a freaking
you.
watch party on stream and probably not get in trouble.
You're brave, man. I commend you,
Fucking
man.
hate that you would bring that up. I really hate that you would even bother bringing that up, you bastard.
It's not gonna happen.
I wasn't even referring to that.
It's not gonna happen.
No,
But
it's
that
not.
would be funny.
No,
would be
it's,
funny.
it's not happening.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Could still
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Wait,
No.
Aquafina was in it?
Could still do it.
We'll watch
Harold and the
Mufasa.
Crown.
Yeah, go watch
Mufasa.
Mufasa. Yeah,
Fuck
right.
that.
Go watch Mufasa.
Oh man, I still haven't seen that yet. I've been meaning to.
I'm good.
Apparently, it's
I'm like
decent.
Darius. I also haven't seen any of the live actions.
None.
Live action.
None at all, Ronan. None.
I'm dreading when I hear like it just black screen and you start hearing Phil Collins singing the Tarzan soundtrack. I'm like, no, no.
Oh, that's that's gonna happen.
It won't be. In
Let
your
him
heart.
be.
I'm
No,
dreading Princess
I
and the
don't-
Frog, honestly.
Snow White. No one's really dreading Snow White.
I think everyone knows.
Snow White was my favorite growing up, so
Mine
Are
was
you
Sleeping
gonna
Beauty.
see it,
Mine was Sleeping Beauty.
I was probably Aladdin.
Johnny? I think
Mine
the
was
only
Aladdin, too.
way you would see Snow White is if your girl's like, "We gotta go," and you were like,
Yep.
Fuck.
fucking goddamn it. But
"Yeah,
I
that's."
guess you will.
And I
So-
want you to say that too when she goes, "Honey," she's gonna call you honey in this scenario. Honey,
Oh, yeah.
I want to go see Snow White, and you go, "God fucking damn it!"
Yeah.
The only one of those live action remakes that I saw that I was more positive than negative on, because a lot of them I was kind of neutral. A lot of them I wasn't a fan of. The only one I actually kind of liked was Peach Dragon. I don't know if anyone saw that, but
Heard of it.
I actually thought that was a decent movie.
Yeah,
I think the only one I saw was Jungle Book, actually.
People say the
that's
Jungle
actually,
Book is
that's
good.
actually one of the better
People say
ones.
that's the,
Jungle
like, the
Book
best
is
It was
arguably
yeah.
the
it was
best one.
alright.
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
two of them.
there's a jungle and there's a book involved.
Mowgli.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's Jungle Book and then there's Mowgli. Yeah, because
Mowgli.
Mowgli was done by Andy Serkis
Yeah.
and Jungle Book was John Favreau. So
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I'm kind of with Ronan. If I hear or see Disney even dare touch their version of Tarzan, I will flip my fucking shit. I do not want that to happen. Like,
No.
I took Maleficent. Maleficent was actually a pretty solid story because you took the spotlight off of Sleeping Beauty and you just centered it solely on the villain. I think that's a great idea, especially for what Disney wanted to do. But that's only like a one and done kind of idea. They managed to capture lightning in a bottle twice when they did it with fucking Cruella. But then again, easy character to make a movie out of. Fucking lunatic woman who just wants Dalmatians for fur. Okay, you can make a fucking movie out of that because considering they got 2 in animated form.
Yeah.
And then you just factor in the idea of like getting Emma Stone to play Cruella. It's like, okay, yeah. Rock is Tarzan? No. Maybe as Clayton. Maybe as Clayton.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Even then,
I don't know why. I thought you were say maybe it's Clayface.
No.
Luke Evans.
No, you can't do that for somebody. No, you cannot do that for Gaston. You can't.
No.
They bring back James Woods for the Hercules live action remake.
Oh my god!
I keep forgetting that's going to happen, but then it doesn't happen.
That's happening.
Well, supposedly.
Well,
apparently the Russos were behind it.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a musical.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
I am surprised that Tarzan's not been done yet, but it will happen because they're
Well,
going
the thing
through
is,
all of them.
The thing about Tarzan is it's public domain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like for them, they'll do the animated story that they told and just do that in live action, and they'll probably just carry over the Phil Collins music and just call it a day.
We kind of got it in live action like way back in the day when they did that George of the Jungle movie with Brendan Fraser.
Which I liked that first movie as a kid.
Yeah. That was kind of Tarzan in live action.
George of the Jungle, strong. That's catchy.
I think that was the first thing I ever saw Thomas Hayden Church in. Was that movie?
Oh.
Well, Lilo and Stitch comes out in May. We'll see if that's.
Yeah, my heart, dude. That's also my heart.
Is it?
Yeah, but I think it's the trailers. They've not done like an actual trailer yet. It's always been like small marketing, and it's like just surrounding other projects, like the Super Bowl.
I think they're playing it really
Stitch
smart.
Running around.
I think they're playing it really smart, not showing anything of the movie. I think they're playing it really smart by doing that.
Yeah,
that's what they
that
did
one
with,
I'm scared of.
for the original movie back then too.
Yeah.
Like, before Lilo and Stitch came out, you saw these little previews of clips from other films of Stitch just kind of crawling around. And
yeah, Beauty and the Beast, like their ballroom dance. He's up on the rafters and shit. Yeah, so
he brings the chandelier down, and Belle's like, "Get your own movie."
Yeah, which I think like that's the smart approach to do that again.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the real question is, what is it like? What does it look like when like I want to see an actual trailer? I get the marketing and the posters, but show me actual footage, like actual.
I need to see
trailer.
what Gantu looks like in live action. I need to see that big whale alien in live action. That's
I'm
what I
curious
need
to see what Jumbo and Pleakley look like.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
I used to watch the show.
Oh, me too.
Really?
Oh, the show was great. The show was awesome.
Really
the show was.
Well, because the show had endless opportunity because, Stitch is number 626. So there's clearly 625 of those other little fucking mongrels running around.
Yep.
So
And they made a whole movie where one of them was the focus.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, dude. Like,
was there not even a solo Stitch movie too? Like beyond just the show? Wasn't there just Stitch the movie?
I don't think so.
No.
No, it was just it was the movie. There were 2 movies, Lilo and Stitch.
No, there were 3 movies.
Well, 3. Yeah,
and
3.
Stitch. I swear there was just a Stitch.
Stitch got a glitch.
Stitch got a
There was an
glitch.
anime.
Yeah, hold on. Stitch the movie came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just love how we just have somebody who's just sleeping. Like
second time.
Dude,
yeah, man.
Stitch even pops up the same way he does in the Disney stuff is the same way in Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
You literally just see him crawling up in the corner as Sora turns off the computer to Tron's world. And you just see Stitch running around. It's fucking beautiful.
It's in these random places too where you never think you'd see him.
Yeah, it's great.
That's that just goes to the beauty of Kingdom Hearts as a whole, like just like the small little things like that.
Oh, believe me, when I feel like taking a break from doing Pokemon Let's Plays, my ass is doing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, and No, Kingdom Hearts is definitely going to be one of the things I do on lost levels because I lost all my Kingdom Hearts 3 and the remaster collection data. So that's on the
no shit. That's
on
a
the
crying
bucket
shame.
list.
Oh, did you 100% them?
Yep.
Oh God, you poor bastard.
Yeah,
dude.
Not looking forward to doing that again.
No, getting that ultimate weapon of the first one on Kingdom Hearts 1.5. That's gonna be a real pain in the dick, dude. Good luck.
It already was one time.
I know. I've done it twice. It's a pain in the ass.
Damn it, what you got to remind me of that?
You're welcome.
He's dreaming of bread.
Yeah, probably.
He's driving his truck in his dream.
Probably.
He's out, dude. He is so out. Oh my god.
Draven, you're about to get rear-ended.
Spread 'em, boy.
Oh, man.
Boy.
Yeah, no, somebody brought it up in
Spread
the
them
comments.
cheeks,
There was a Stitch game at one point. It was like back in the PS2, GameCube, Xbox days where he had like the little red suit, he had the blasters. It was a fun game from what I remember.
Yep.
I think I had the Game Boy Advance game, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Well, even the level in Birth by Sleep is deep space. It's based off of Stitch escaping from the prison. So yeah.
And going like way back, I can't remember what the actual like game console thing is called, but you know the little things where you just had the little game controller with the little control stick and the two buttons, and you just plugged it into your TV. I can't remember what those actual
Atari
games are called.
No,
I think it was literally called just like plug and play or something like that. They had a
I think so.
They had like a Lilo and Stitch type of game in there because they had games that were connected to a few different movies. Like you had Aladdin, Lion King, all those.
Yeah, I know
and
what you're talking about. I think I had one of those.
There was one of Beauty and the Beast where he's moving through like this maze. It's kind of like a maze game on your old school arcade. And the end goal is to like go through 5, 6, 7 screens and then eventually make your way to Lilo.
Yeah.
Side note, Convo, Johnny, that Lakers game, man.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That was.
All right, Phil's sleeping now. Phil's gonna go to sleep.
Anytime I can talk to Lakers with Johnny, it's a joy. I'm like, oh, bro.
Dude. Got his revenge on Dallas, bro. I was a happy guy.
Yeah.
And LeBron went fucking buck wild in the fourth quarter.
Right.
What a guy.
And the stare down to the bench.
The stare down to the bench was glorious.
Did you hear the crowd yelling, thank you?
Thank you, Nico. Yeah. To
Nico.
the,
And just
to
like,
the Mavs GM. Yeah, that was fucking great.
Like,
so
what the
funny,
fuck?
bro. And Mark Cuban was there and he was hanging out with Luca's parents and agent and stuff, which was funny. Like I was like, yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking. I still can't believe it's real. It still feels fake to me. Like watching LeBron and Luca play together.
Johnny, I hope you like that Lakers picture I sent you.
That was pretty funny.
Lakers picture.
Yeah, it was like the fucking Hulk in a Lakers jersey. It was like, honestly, that's kind of what we need right now. We need a center. But yeah, fucking. What a time to be alive.
The music? I don't know.
I think it's the Minecraft that Draven was playing in the background.
Bro, closer to the
Background, as if-
Minecraft
You say
soundtrack.
background as if it wasn't in front of his face at all times.
Dude, he is complete like my god. I think he knows what he's doing.
He's gonna wake up with the most fucked up neck pain.
Oh
Yeah, he is.
I've been there.
That's got to be uncomfortable because he's like,
Bro is
slouching,
slumped.
kinda like-
Yeah.
Last time he did it, he popped it. He was like, and we all heard it. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. No,
For
he
me,
should just
like-
be glad it's young.
like comfort wise, I don't know how you could like fall asleep like this.
Oh, I could never could.
No, like I could fall asleep in like a recliner chair. Like that's makes sense.
Oh,
You're, like,
yeah.
it's but like in a computer chair.
Yeah,
It just
nah,
kind
I
of like
couldn't.
he's like slanted like this. And he's like I just no.
Just be glad he's young. You won't feel it yet.
He's not young. He's faking it. He's like
Liar.
40, I think.
Oh, also, what's up, Lance? Said hi to me in chat. What's
Go ahead,
up?
Lance.
Fuck
Are
him,
you
he
still in
left.
chat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he was eating.
No, he left. He left us. You know, he doesn't like us anymore.
If his dinner lasts until 10:30 and it's that difficult to eat, there might be a problem with his cooking.
He's getting old. That's what it is. He can't eat. He can't chew. No teeth.
No, I like Lance's idea that he said earlier, where he's like, in like 30, 40 years, whenever we're all old as shit, we just all hobble into frames with our wooden canes and be like, welcome to Council episode 2077.
If we're still doing council, even 10 years later, there's a problem, I think.
Well, unless we're making money. Like big bucks.
That's fair.
Hey, Residuals.
Fair. Yeah.
If the people like us talking and they want to, drop, trucks of money in our front yard, more power to you.
Maybe at that point we'll finally get that Hall H panel at Comic-Con.
Big bag of Marvel cash.
Well, I think Phil just got asked the most obvious question ever in chat.
Hey, I gotta go, y'all.
See you, Mike.
Fuck out of here,
man.
Peace and chicken grease.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck you too. In the ass.
Oh,
Hey, Mike.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh,
watch I talk to my wife.
Mike's a bitch.
Hey, Phil, make sure when I do it, you cough.
Will do.
Oh my god.
But he's got to turn his head to the left.
Wow.
That's a deep cut.
He's got to turn his head to the left, though.
Oh my god. Who the fuck?
I love that was
Who
the
the
sign
fuck
off.
would?
That was the sign off.
Who
I
the
was
fuck is fucking my wife?
Yeah, I went back and rewatched on my phone the clip of when Jake left that one time, and it was me and you, Johnny, Colonel, and Teehee, and the way you did it, because as soon as Jake left, you said who the fuck, like you got so fucking like loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've done that.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, Johnny Haas fucked that mic.
He does. He does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets all excited on the shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lit it on fire and char-farked fucked the corpse. Yeah.
Char-farked? Is that what you said?
What the fuck?
He tried to do the Chris Evans thing, but he blubbered it a little.
Shut your bitch ass up, Aladdin boy. Why don't you go ride on a magic carpet on the fuck out of here?
I'll take you on a magic carpet ride.
He's brown?
You can't even properly give anyone a rug burn. Who the fuck are you to offer a fucking carpet ride for?
Hey, there's plenty of rug around here, if you know what I mean.
Bro, why is everyone trying to fuck my wife tonight, dude? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening, bro?
No, so see, Johnny, here's the thing. Phil just takes everything everywhere all at once.
I still haven't seen that movie. So
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
That's actually a really good movie. I was surprised.
It's good.
I didn't know what to expect going into it just because I heard so many different things. I was like, okay, and how we're in. Ronan knows what I'm talking about when that thing happens. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's where we're going.
So there's a movie called Ass Clown. You just go to www.youtube.com/joypadjake.
That's the wrong link. Actually, it's the wrong link. Hold on, I'm gonna read
Read the actual link.
Why don't you just post it in chat?
No,
post it in chat.
That was good. That was a good one.
All right, hold on. I'll post it in chat.
Please do.
While you post it in chat, the one, the only, Taladia.
Hey,
Aladdin boy, how you doing? Wake up, Waven.
I think Taladia wants to show you the world, Jake.
Well,
Jake's about to start screaming slurs, dude. I can feel it. It's getting angry.
It's building.
Hey, well, that's the thing. Taladia's never had a friend like me.
Hey, I can say this.
A racist one?
Phil kept me up all night till 7 o'clock.
Anyway, here's the link to that Ass Clown channel. You ready?
Okay, let's see. I'm waiting.
Thank you. So, oh my god.
Oh. All right, Jake, that was a good one.
That was good. That's
fair. That's fair. That's funny.
Waven.
Not there's funny. I don't care who you are. Not there's funny.
That's funny right there.
That's some funny shit.
Redman, wake up. I'm here now.
Redman.
That's some fucking funny shit right there. Hell yeah.
I don't care who you are, bro. Not there's funny.
It's Breadman and Peter Boy.
Peter Boy.
Nightmare.
BB
Dweevin. We got some bread for you.
By the way, I gotta mention this. Phil kept me up last night. So
what does that mean?
Bro, what? Dude, what the fuck is going on? I know I've been gone for a little bit, but what's happening, dude? Everyone's fucking filling out? Who's mine, dude?
Johnny's like, damn it.
Plug and play.
Oh my god. Plug and play.
I'll tell you why after the stream.
That was good.
You'll tell us after the stream. Okay. You dropped that ball there like, oh, by the way, I've been kept up all night last night by Phil, but I won't tell you.
It's like the most aggressive game of Red Rover ever.
Good God.
I mean, I should have expected it. We have an open relationship, and I've only been the one that's been exploring that. So, you know,
relationship
I can't get mad. I'm going to calm down.
The
Sorry, Phil.
Does your girl know that you have a child and a?
Fuck no! Are you kidding me? We're gonna wait for that. Like I don't know.
It's open.
When it's really really bad time to find out, that's when she'll find out.
Christmas.
Yeah, that chance I was gonna start begging her for McDonald's.
We'll be together for like a few years. I'll propose and be like, oh, by the way, I have a fucking family.
Yeah, and like, no, you'll be in bed with her, and then she rolls over and she goes, Johnny, for the first time she says ever, I love you, and all of a sudden you get a text from Phil, you up? It's like,
you up? Yeah, she's gonna check my phone, like, who the fuck?
Who the fuck is Phil? Heart.
With a peach emoji, peach, eggplant, heart.
Feels like, hey, bitch, you up for some sloppy seconds?
Oh,
No.
whoa!
You have to name it. You have to name it like in quotes. My wife.
Yeah, my wife.
Check in the
What?
private chat. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh god, bro.
Oh no.
No, I'm gonna be in bed. I'm just gonna scream out Phil, and she'll be like, "Who the fuck is Phil, dude?"
Oh my god!
Don't worry about it.
Who do you think?
Yeah, that thing.
That thing is. I'm scarred.
Oh, that image. Yeah, that was a funny one.
Jason
That was a real
Darius,
funny
pay
one.
no
Oh, go on.
That's what kept
Are
me
you
up.
tuckered?
I'm eepy.
I loved Johnny's reaction to that picture I saw that he saw it this morning. That was hilarious.
Bro, I literally was like setting up my station at work, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot to." I saw a notification from Phil. I was like, "Oh, let me see," and I opened that up. It's like, "What the fuck?"
I thought somebody else reacted to a certain picture too. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Why are you back here?
I have been making requests in the chat and they have gone ignored.
Oh, shake! Yeah, we saw this. But yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Bro, that's for the cock only fans, dude.
That's gonna.
It's
gonna cost you.
This at least this beats Draven sleeping, so I can say that much.
That's gonna cost you, Lance. You want to see him shake that shit? It's gonna cost you.
Yeah, if someone drops a fucking like $50 super chat, I'll shake them cheeks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, Lance, he's doing 20% off this month. Get it while you
Hold
can.
on.
And if anyone does 100, we'll both shake our cheeks.
I was
Bare
told,
ass.
I was
Phil,
told
you would have
that,
to have- Phil, you would have to have
Full cinnamon roll on this.
I was
would have
told
to have
that
cheeks.
there was some booty shaking going on a council tonight. You know, I saw it on Twitter, so you know.
Who said that on Twitter?
So you can believe it then.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the source on Twitter that said there was some booty shaking tonight?
It was in that horrible group chat. It was in Party Nation. Jesus.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
fake council? Gotcha.
Yeah, it was in fake council. You know, I think it was that
I'm
guy.
looking. I don't see
Darren.
this. I don't see
think
this
it-
anywhere.
I think it
I'm
was that
looking
guy.
too.
Darren.
I also don't see it.
I don't see this. I think you're making this shit up.
Well, I'm not making it up at all.
Yeah, you're making.
Hold
it.
on.
No, this sounds like something you would say, not Darren would say.
Are you sure? You,
I take it Darren's still under the weather.
He just doesn't want to be around wokeness right now. I don't blame him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Well,
that
we got
at all.
Jake here.
Lance, you're lying.
Well, not that woke.
That's true.
The racist is here, dude.
We
How
got
woke
our
can
own
be?
favorite little bigot down there.
Okay,
Serving up
it's in there
bigot
now.
sandwiches.
It's
Good
in there
God.
now. Draven's
Phil.
tired because he's
Phil,
been
my-
chasing the kid around all day. So yeah, he's
Phil,
very
my
tired.
hair is not orange. Treat
Been
me with
fighting the
respect.
Ender Dragon all day, dude.
I like how. Okay, now you post in the fake council chat. Major ass shaking in Council of Creators right now. At Chainsaw Reacts is twerking.
Phil, treat
Throw
me with
that ass
respect.
in
My
a circle.
hair is not orange, Phil.
You're white and ugly. You don't get respect.
Oh my god!
That was your excuse.
Holy
Wow.
fucking shit!
Then what the
I
hell
just-
is your excuse?
I just
Jesus,
love how
tap dancing Christmas.
Jason is just up there enjoying all of this.
I'm
Just soaking
yeah.
it all in.
You want to know what my excuse
What are you
is? Jake?
eating? Hold
You
on.
really want to know what my excuse is? Here, I'll tell you what my excuse is. I'm fucking man pretty, and you're not.
Ooh.
And
Jason,
pretty is a
are you?
thing?
Was that a cookie
I
reading?
Oh my
I could
god!
destroy him right now.
It's a
because I'm
Twix cookie.
Oh shit!
Oh, Twix cookie! Wait, what? That fucking exists?
I think it's only in Australia. It's
I didn't know
exclusive
that was
to
Oh,
here.
fucking mail that
Australia
bitch, bro. Send me a crate of them
Yeah, mail it half.
with Margot Robbie on top. Oh, I better not say that with my girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay. So Jason, I'm assuming you've had Twix. So like, does it taste like just Twix and cookie form? Like, or is there like different flavoring to it? Because I don't know, man.
The chocolate just tastes like the regular Twix, but the biscuit is just it's cookie, just cookie.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm very good at describing things.
I had no idea it existed.
I just read Versus Seeds comment so wrong. I gotta stop looking quickly. I got
this.
Yes, I read.
I love the
apply
bowl cut on
lotion.
Lex. By the way, that's amazing.
I read yeah, I don't know why I read it like that. Maybe I'm sleepy. I read apply lotion gently to those buns. Jesus,
You did.
That's
read it
what
wrong.
Draven would do.
Lance, you
did
act
read it
like that
wrong.
was an accident.
it was.
As we
Is
know,
that-
when
Is that Lance's roundabout way of asking me to apply lotion when we get to San Diego in the summer because it's going to be hot as fuck?
Hey, I'm still trying to find. These flights are insane this year. Like,
You're flying? More power to you, brother.
yeah, I ain't scared.
Are they really expensive? No way.
Well, I'm
I was
traveling
gonna
with
say they
six
should be giving them
people.
away for free.
So like
Right.
it's like $4,000 for round trip.
Holy fuck!
shit.
For San Diego.
What airline
Jesus
are you
Christ.
looking at?
Oh my god!
Bro, they're more expensive than WrestleMania tickets.
Lance, what airline are you looking at?
Southwest.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
that's
No
fucking
fucking
preposterous.
way.
Probably the safest.
Yeah,
That is a highway robbery right there.
I mean, hell, it's better than going through Expedia.
Hey, I'm about to just use my kid's social security number and make payment plans.
Oh my god.
No,
Oh my god.
you wouldn't do the dirty on that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Chainsaw.
Mhm.
Johnny and I need something from you.
I saw that coming. As soon as he said, "Hey, chainsaw," I saw that coming.
Oh no.
Oh
No, I didn't
no.
know if 3-year-olds had Social Security.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah.
You know what? You know, it's a really good thing you haven't reproduced. Holy shit.
I can say that
Holy
about you too, because then we
shit!
would have 2 gangster Mickeys in the world.
Well,
That was fucking odd one tonight. I love it. Holy
Hey,
shit!
Jake, are you seeing anyone? Not asking for me, asking for a friend.
Ronan,
Just want to make that known. No, I'm just.
You want to bring
curious.
that friend on camera? Then I'll believe it.
Ronan just left the party, guys.
Hold
just
on.
saying. He's just
Hold
left
on.
the building.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I don't blame you, Rona. I get the.
Hold on,
Well,
I'm getting. Hold on, I'm getting the friend right now.
I'm surprised he hasn't looked down yet.
Pulls his dick out.
that's his friend.
Yes.
Nice.
What, vitamin D?
Oh,
There you go.
with the oil to lube it up.
Yeet.
Actually, right there. I think
You
it's right.
downsized.
Phil would know what you're talking about downsizing.
He said downsize. I heard circumcise. So that's where my brain's at.
I didn't see circumcised.
Hey, this smell good though. This my wife. This smell good.
Wait, Lance, are you sure it's not vitamin D? Like Vegeta says? Or
Oh, Lance.
It's vitamin E oil. Contains natural oils, moisturizing oil for hair, scalp, and body.
Yum.
Nice.
Yum.
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 I was gonna make a joke about lotion, but never mind.
Insert
May as well
PDD.
make it.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
With a smidge of Epstein. Sorry.
Wow.
What the fuck is
Oh,
what the
God,
Late
bro.
at night.
What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? I wake up and ask myself that every single day.
I can't believe
It's
vitamin is
interesting
still
because
sweet.
there's some. It's being reported that the Epstein flight logs and all that's dropping tomorrow officially.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
With
That's
the
what-
Minecraft trailer.
I'll believe that when I see it.
There's gonna be a
That
bunch
is,
of black
that is
marks
the Minecraft
all over
trailer.
it.
Whoa.
That is the
Jason
Minecraft
Momoa's going to read the list.
You've never seen Minecraft like this.
All right.
My man.
Yeah.
Let me see what the source was on this one.
My man.
My man.
Twitter.
My man.
My man is.
No, he just reads.
Lance, please double check your flights. That is ridiculous. Them charging you that.
Yeah, that's
Right now, they're charging at most close to $200 from my neck of the woods. I'm like, please don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's because there's 6 of us.
Yeah.
If it was just me and my wife, it wouldn't be. But that's
bringing
what
all
I'm
4 of them. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like payment plans or whatever.
You might want to invest in a.
Is there a train
over thin air down
in your area?
The train is even more.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was about to say the train's probably more.
The train is 4,000 just to get there.
That's one way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Per person? Oh my god.
Yes, it's crazy. And then we like, my wife's like, we could drive. I'm like, hell no. And then try to put all the miles on my truck.
Yeah, I don't
Rent a
think
car. Just kidding. Don't do that. That'll cost even more money.
Don't. Yeah.
I mean, if we got to pay for I got it to put I got it put up regardless. But like my aunt's helping me, so she said we're gonna wait until like around March to find like that March Madness and whatever. If we do pay it, she changes our flights like up until July, so we be getting money back. So either way to go.
Have you started looking into a hotel yet or no?
She booked another hotel because the one that we originally had was like on an island in the middle of the water, and we would have to take a ferry.
It's literally like right across from the convention. Yeah.
Wow. She's like, if it was just us two, yeah, but not with my clumsy kids. Look up and
the ones that trip over air, yeah, probably.
Yeah, one that trip over the water, trip and fall in the water, and we be no.
You might need to invest in an injury fund just for that trip alone if you're bringing all 4 of them.
Well,
so it says the Attorney General Pam Bondi. I'm not sure who that is, but the Attorney General.
That's my cousin.
Cool. She said on tonight on an interview that they're releasing the names and shit tomorrow. I don't know what that. I don't know if that means we're about to expose a lot of celebrities. I have no idea.
How recent?
Well, you already know that Trump's name is going to be blacked out on every single page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How recent is that report?
What do you mean? Like that tonight? It just happened.
Okay.
Like it's going to be dropping tomorrow.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah, as I said, same day as Minecraft trailer. So what's going to get more news?
Epstein Craft. There you
go.
Epstein Craft.
Wow.
It's a new mod pack.
That's Draven's favorite game.
I mean, what's better, Epstein Craft or like Mindstein? I don't know.
With the Beatles song playing in the background.
I almost said something. I didn't say it. Nope.
Yeah, it's a good thing you did.
So is the Minecraft island that you spawn on, is that Epstein Island?
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if someone's lawyer winds up dead tomorrow.
More than one.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
Wow.
Why are people acting like they care about Wonder Woman all of a sudden?
Well,
wow, that's
the game has been in development since fucking Christ. I mean,
Jesus was like, God damn, dude, I can't even get the Wonder Woman game. I have to die now.
I mean, since the announcement, you heard nothing, and then boom, canceled.
Well, Gail Simone talked about it.
P5.
Yeah, that was brought up.
Gail Simone did drop some posts on Twitter that she was a consultant on the project. I haven't read it yet, but like that makes sense.
There were like no progression updates at all.
Basically, from what I know is the fact that the higher ups, David Haddad, up the reason behind the cancellation and the studio shutting down.
I feel for those workers, man. Like, goddamn it. Like,
one of them was actually funny enough. One of them was gonna have a kid, is having a kid, and now she's out of a job.
Oh,
yeah, that sucks.
Oh. Yeah. Well, anywho, I volunteer as tribute to play Diana of Themyscira in.
Did you say Guyana?
Yeah, Diana.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Lads, I gotta ask you this question: did you pre-order the Daima season pass 3 for Kakarot?
No, because I'm waiting, because it's gonna piss me off to have to play like part 1 of the what is it? The DLC. Why did I just blank? I'm getting old. I'm just gonna piss me off to have to play part 1, and then I found out that they're not releasing part 2 until 2026.
When is that dropping?
It's supposed to be It's supposed to be dropping like
Very soon.
Very, very soon. Like they're doing part 1, and then they say part 2 is dropping in 20. They're trying to keep Kakarot going for as long as possible, and that game came out at like the start of the pandemic.
Yeah, it was like the end of 2020. Is that when that came out?
Yeah, like
yeah.
That's crazy how this game is still going.
Yeah, because it was right around the time of like Miles Morales and Avengers.
5 years later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, Chainsaw, I'm about to share something to you that I think you might be interested in.
Oh no!
Since you love,
I love what?
Since you love Craven.
Oh, I love Craven or Draven.
No, Craven.
Okay.
Craven these nuts. So.
We prefer the nonsense. Draven, wake the fuck up.
How long has his ass been asleep?
He's fucking out.
Dude, I really hope that what's gonna happen is he's gonna wake up like 2 or 3 in the morning and all of us are gone and he's just like, the fuck?
Hey, he's gonna be like that one Tyler guy.
Except we're live, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest he's actually slept on the show.
Oh yeah, like he's fucking out, bro. He's getting his.
Last time was what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, like he was out for like 10 to 15. Then he woke up. We're like, yeah, we all started clapping for him and shit.
He's gonna feel that shit.
Why do we want this clap for him to wake him up?
It won't work. He's just done for.
Yeah, he's getting his 8 hours in, bro. He's done.
He's gone.
He's
This dude.
Yeah.
Chad, is he cooked?
Damn it, Johnny.
He's almost as appealing as a retired polar bear.
I was wondering if that was going to be brought up at some point tonight.
That should be on a bingo card down the road. I should bring that back.
I may or may not have already been into one.
We need the bingo card. We need the.
I need to bring it back. I'll bring it back next week. We'll do that next week. Start doing that next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them should be Draven falling asleep.
It should be because at this point, if it's a reoccurring thing, then it's like get some
I
sleep
feel like
somewhere.
it's almost every week.
Yeah.
Lance, is that shield like
He's either falling asleep or raging in a game.
Huh?
He was raging earlier.
Yeah, so it would have been a double bingo.
Special.
Oh, that's
Double
the one
Jeopardy.
from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Is it not the same shield as Brave New World?
It is, because remember when Steve brought it back, it was a different shield altogether. It had the double silver rings.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I need to pick up that graphic novel of the Isaiah Bradley story. I want to read that.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to show y'all a graphic novel if Chainsaw would pull it up.
What are you talking about? Oh, this.
It's ultimate. It's Ultimate Craven, and he has a mohawk because mohawks make everything more edgy, I guess.
Debatable.
And look at the artwork on his ripped abdomen.
Yeah, he looks so cool, man.
It looks like he has a disease.
Looks like he's got pronouns.
Yeah.
Looks like he has a disease.
Looks like he's infected with the Sony virus.
Looks like he shot up a bunch of Ozempic.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I did. It's fun.
And
Maybe,
apparently
hopefully.
they sent Miles back to this they're sending Miles back to this universe for some event now. I'm like, you did all that work to get him out the alternate universe. Now he's going back to help for something. I'm like, Jesus, this kid doesn't catch a break. He became a vampire. He started biting stuff. His sister almost died.
Is anybody reading the TVA comic by any chance?
I'm not.
No, but I heard I heard Wanda's canon in there or something.
I was gonna say I heard that the book is canon and that they show how Wanda might still be alive, which I'm like, huh. I wish I would have heard about this being a bigger deal or not, but I have not yet.
I saw the images like Spider-Gwen is running through the TVA. So like, are we gonna get Spider-Gwen in the MCU?
Bro, if in Secret Wars we see either Bryce Dallas Howard, Emma Stone, or Haley in live action as Spider-Gwen,
that'd be sick.
Woo.
Very fucking cool.
For all the comic readers on here, do y'all got any issues coming out that you're anticipating?
I don't know what's coming out. I have to go to my comic book store. Like,
I gotta
literally
order.
plan on making a trip. this week.
I gotta order Absolute Batman #6.
Oh yeah,
I
Phil
might-
orders his comics custom made from the authors because he has money.
Money.
No,
I'm waiting for Absolute Flash to come out. That is gonna.
I am too because
It's gonna be amazing.
I'm really excited for that. Wally with no speed. It's like it's no Speed Force. It's just him. He's by himself and he's learning how to use these powers. No Barry Allen, no Jay Garrick.
Well, they said Barry's gonna play a role, but he won't be like as prominent as he's been in other media.
And plus, Wally has an earring, so that automatically makes it cool. Yeah,
Automatically.
Automatically.
Automatic. And then you know what else is cool? He's not black.
Wait.
What does that have to do with
Wait,
it?
so if Keenan Lonsdale would have had earrings, would he not have been cool?
You know what made Keenan? I'm going on a rant. What made Keenan Lonsdale's Wally cool was when he just ran. It was like randomly one episode he went from having the fade and no neck to having the high top with the neck. That's what made Keenan's Kid Flash cool. I'm gonna stick to it. And then when he came back in season 6 and said, "Fuck it, I'm not getting a lining when I come back to the show," that also made it cool because it made it seem like he didn't care about how he looked as a black man.
Yeah, because like when they first gave him his costume, the neck was like
Yeah.
in here, and he couldn't really move. Even though at the time when they first brought that costume in, it looked way better than Barry's.
Yeah, it did. It didn't have all those actually, you know, the it only looked good because it was yellow.
What was that?
I mean, it looked good, but Barry's suit in those early seasons, I mean, his starter one in season 1 worked good. I feel like they held on to that suit, that the one where it was just the white emblem, that was the only change. They held on to that suit for a little too long.
True. And Phil, I was thinking about what you said the other day about like how Eric Wallace's seasons kind of like dropped the ball on how you liked Tom Cavanaugh's Reverse Flash better than Matt Letcher's.
Yeah.
Like rewatching it again, like those last few seasons are absolute dog shit. But one thing I will give Eric Wallace, he literally just finally said, you know what? It doesn't matter. These two different Reverse Flashes, they may be the same person, but they are from two different timelines. So we're going to treat them as two different people.
Yep.
I still like Matt Letcher's version better because he's always been the more serious one. Like, I don't get why just because you change who you are, you don't have to change the way you talk because nobody knows who you actually are. So them playing the character two different ways was always weird to me. I don't know why though. It just felt it was an odd. Like, I get you have your own interpretation of the character, but I feel as if they should have gotten together and said, okay, this is how we're going to, play out this character once we know who Reverse Flash is. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, once we got more of Letcher's Thawne in, like, whenever he had more of a presence in Legends of Tomorrow, that version of Thawne and, Wells' Thawne in season 1 still kind of felt like the same character. But, not only did it not make sense for Kavanaugh to play Wells outside of the timeline of season 1, I personally don't think he ever really pulled it off afterwards either. I mean, still pretty good in season 5, but 6 onward, he just, nothing against Tom, but it
got campy.
He just overacted the shit out of Thawne. And I don't know if that was from Eric Wallace's direction or if Tom was just kind of doing something different, but last few seasons it got pretty difficult to watch, especially when they gave him that ugly ass black suit at the end of season 8. That was terrible.
Good God.
That was really bad.
That was such an eyesore. Holy shit.
The giant black scrotum.
Yeah, no, those suits do not support the lack of a chin strap, whether you're Grant, Tom, Stephen Amell, whoever you are.
Fuck. That suit looked bad.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I remember seeing images of that and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Eric Wallace looked at that when they got done at the costume designer, but he said, "Oh, that's it. Wow. That's it. Put that on right now. Right now. That's it."
They had both versions of Thawne in the final few episodes, like in their final little 4-parter.
And they act like two completely different people, and that pissed me off.
Yeah, he genuinely sucked in the finale.
All the villains sucked in the finale. I remember Chainsaw was so happy to see Cobalt Blue, and then he was like utterly disappointed.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. Like they brought in Ricky Cosnet for Eddie Thawne turned him into Cobalt Blue. I was like,
yeah,
well, that's cool, I guess.
And then his acting was terrible. Like they gave him terrible material.
What the fuck else is new?
I mean, the suit looked damn fantastic, but that was like the only thing they got right.
Yeah, that was it. Like like the motivation didn't make sense.
Same thing
whatsoever.
with Godspeed. Suit looked great on Godspeed. Everything else was pretty much shit.
And the actor is currently on this show called Found. He's amazing.
Yeah.
When he has great material to work with.
Yeah, I think
you're
Corona
being
Roy's a
told
good
to
actor.
overreact. You're being told to overact with a shit script. I mean, hey.
Yeah, I didn't hold any of that against Corona Baroy. I think he's a good actor, but that was just a really bad portrayal.
Yeah.
You know what? I think is gonna be a good portrayal.
No.
Me as Kid Flash?
Maybe. Daredevil Born Again, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People
a few
are
days,
nitpicking
muchachos.
stuff.
That's getting close.
People are
a few more days,
nitpicking stuff
muchachos.
already though.
I heard
I
Daredevil.
can't fucking wait.
Is Daredevil in it? Can we confirm
there's
that?
Are people going to be born
There's
again?
the whole Punisher presentation thing, right? It's happening.
Oh yeah, Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. The specials. I fucking missed the specials, and we're
Bring
getting
it back. Why not?
Bring it back.
Bernthal
There's plenty of
co-writing
characters
it?
that can benefit there.
Yeah.
the fact that Jonathan Bernthal's co-writing it, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was happy to see Frank Miller at the premiere of Daredevil. I haven't seen him interact with the Daredevil stuff shows prior, but now I was happy to see him there. I'm like, hey,
Was Rob Liefeld there?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I want to assume that he he did not go.
I wasn't invited to a party.
Talking about Kevin Feige didn't go out of his way to talk to me and my family. Dog, you have a picture with the man. What the fuck are you talking about? We see you.
Yeah.
And with all the people that Kevin Feige interacts with at these events, he'll generally go out of his way to talk with people for a few minutes. If Kevin Feige doesn't want to talk to you, there is a problem there, and it's not Kevin Feige.
And also, Kevin Feige's saying hi to everybody who's there probably at some point. He's
Rob Liefeld.
He's a very busy man.
Rob Liefeld. Marvel doesn't pay their artists enough. Also, Rob Liefeld. I have the biggest contract of any Marvel artist ever. Fucking bastard.
And he still can't draw feet.
Nope.
Nope.
No feet.
No feet.
No feet.
Nope.
I think I agree with Draven. I think it's time to go night night.
Before we go, I was going to
say I'm about to pull Draven and fall asleep in my chair.
Claudia?
I was going to mention this one thing. How do you feel about the X-Men 97 being pushed back to 2026?
It's completely fine, I think.
I mean, we knew it wasn't coming out this year. So
Yeah, we kind of knew that.
Yeah, we knew what's going on.
Yeah.
With what happened.
In given time, they probably need to polish everything up, and there might be they did say they are making some changes to the script. So
from what I've heard from the cats, they're liking how season 2 reads. So
yeah, but I'm assuming just based off of just all the decisions, it sounds like they're making some changes and going their own direction because they also have season 3 they have to start working on too. So they have to plan this out.
Fingers crossed.
I imagine it'd be hard without the motivation of.
It looks like the DC. It looks like I'm gonna have to wait for My Adventure with Superman then to react to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's coming
this year,
isn't it?
Yeah. This year. Superboy.
Superboy.
Oh yeah, Superboy.
Superboy. He's going to be in it.
I'm glad we're getting another DC show with that animation style.
I forgot he's going to be.
I'm assuming it's in the same continuity. They haven't outright said that yet.
Well, they
have. Yeah,
they have.
One of the creators of Superman has confirmed. Yes.
Okay. Well, it's the same team. It's the same exact team.
That's what I'm saying. Like they made a point because there was questions. Is this connect? Because the naming and the font and everything, it's exactly the same. So I don't know if that means we're going to get Jessica Cruz as Green Lantern in the Superman show. It's possible, and I think it's definitely possible. Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just start the show and eventually they cross over at some point. They don't need to rush it, but maybe season 3 of Superman does introduce her, then leads into the show. But I don't know.
Maybe
it doesn't need to happen.
Do something like that.
I was not expecting to see Jessica Cruz, but I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, okay.
But I think we'll see other Green Lanterns too.
Oh,
that's obvious. But just who?
Yeah,
right?
Not only other Green Lanterns, but probably other human ones, like some of the lesser known ones. Like, we could probably see Simon Baz in that show. I'm just gonna guess. And the other female Green Lantern, who I always forget her name. What's her
Jade.
name? Jade. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there's also a new one from Far Sector. I forget the character's name, but yeah, there is a new one too. Young African American woman.
You talking about Teen Lantern or the one with the weird haircut?
I think
I like her haircut.
Far Sector, whichever one has like the almost Marge Simpson looking hair.
Yeah. I cannot remember the name for the life of me.
She's new.
I know why you can't remember it, Jake, but we don't have to say it.
Oh, we know. Well, that was Council episode 77, guys. We're going to go down the line and see where we can find everybody. First of all, Phil, where can people find you, sir?
Motherfucking damn it.
That was an assortment.
There, everywhere. Vero, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube. Catch my Friday show, Friday Phil. Catch me on the Party Nation every Tuesday. Catch me here on Kelso Creators every Wednesday. Catch me on the Vodka Stream every Friday. Read my stuff at Multiverse of Color. Got Pokemon stuff coming down the pipeline. Tomorrow's Pokemon Day, so I'll be maybe covering that. We'll see what happens.
Pokemon. Jason, where can people find you, sir?
You can find me at Donut Films 360 on YouTube. Make a lot of fan films and bullshit. I also have a TikTok. Jason
At least you're honest.
You gotta go check it out.
Yeah. Of course. TikTok. Darius, where can people find you, sir?
So you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, doing a whole bunch of random bullshit whenever I decide to.
Yeah, I get that. I hear that 100%. Jake, where can people find you, sir?
Pretty much right there at Joypad Jake on YouTube and also Comical, where I do a lot of my writing. With YouTube, I got Jack and Daxter episodes coming out, got character costume rankings, more Arkham videos, a video on the Wonder Woman games cancellation. And starting on March 16th is a new live stream series called Jake's Lost Levels that I'm doing, where I'm getting all my PS4 game data back. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. So look forward to that. And I'm trying to get to 2,000 subs by the time Superman comes out. Let's see if we can meet that goal.
Oh, yes. Wait, I hit the wrong button. God damn it. What's happening? It's falling apart. Ronan. Sorry.
It's all good. You can find me at Ronan on Chain on YouTube on all the socials. In a few hours, you'll see coverage for Invincible very, very soon. You best believe I'll be covering Daredevil Born Again. Devil May Cry might be in the mix, and Last of Us and Andor is coming down the road. And I want to reach 1,000 subs ASAP.
Of course. Now, Johnny.
I'm fucking dude. I'm slacking by listening to music with Chainsaw on Mondays, and yeah, I don't know.
Is that canon?
Yeah, that's canon. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Drive Auto 6 on YouTube and Twitch. I stream occasionally. I'm a fucking part timer.
And he's a Lakers fan.
And I'm a Lakers fan.
Where can we find you, Draven? Hi guys, I'm Draven. You can find me at Draven Reacts on TikTok and YouTube, and
I react to skibbity toilet videos.
I just love the fact he's completely out.
Phil, do something. Phil, do something raunchy.
No, he's like no.
Yeah.
No.
Taladia, where can people find you, sir?
Firstly, thanks for having me on yet again. You guys can check me out on YouTube at Taladia Plays. I will be doing my DC videos in regards to the Wonder Woman game and also about the DCU news. And I'll be on Party Nation and Council of Creators as per usual.
Oh! Wait, what? Where can we find you, Lance?
Crying in his studio.
Jesus. You can find me at Lance_Geek Drums on all social medias. If you don't know which one is me, just see if I'm calling somebody stupid or something, and just starting stuff on YouTube and Twitter. But yeah, I'm doing more Henry Danger reviews and whatnot. I'm mainly doing more movie reviews and bonus secret. Mostly every video, I'm pantsless.
Nice. I'm gonna watch all of them now.
Where's the OF?
When do we get the extended cut?
That's the spicy
stuff. I'm gonna take my pants off to watch all of his videos with his pants
You're bad.
All right, we need to end this. We need to end this before I start saying some shit in a delirious like slumber.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Before
just
Lance
wrap
has
it up.
any more major malfunctions.
That was episode 77. Next week, if everything goes according to plan, 4 new people. We'll see what happens.
Oh wow!
But yeah, thanks everybody who's on the show tonight, and it was fun, and we had a lot of conversations, and yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
My nipple itches.
I'm glad you said that. I'm
I'll
really
itch it for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll itch it with my mouth.
Oh.